you doing?
Great. How are you?
I think things are going pretty good so far, don't you, Sid?
No. Last night at the bar, Bob Donnie put on these dark glasses and made me tell this lady he was blind since he was a baby.
Really?
He said my job was to help line up something for him he calls a sympathy doink. So I go up to her, but before I can say hello, Donnie yells out, "Not the fat one, Sid, a friend."
Prove it. And it wouldn't hurt you to loosen up, Sid. Joke around with women, like I do. Be more self-defecating.
Now, Andy Hendrickson is the other voice you're hearing in the studio. Andy is a stand-up comedian. You're a young guy.
Yeah.
Handsome guy. Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Girlfriend or anything?
No, none of that. It's, it's
you
tough on the
comedians
road.
really know how to get the action.
Troubadour's town. They move from town to town. New woman in every port.
Yeah, all my
Having
friends
kids.
are married. I got more weddings on the docket this year. I got a wedding on Memorial Day, another one on Labor Day. You guys have the friends like that? You're like, oh, great, your love's so special. You get to wreck my 3-day weekend.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe I'll have my funeral on the Super Bowl. How about that?
How about that? I'll show you.
Bring a snack.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, I heard you guguys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? Drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, no. I can't believe I'm seeing you again. Donald Baker.
Man,
What?
please don't call me Donald. I swear to God, please don't do that, man.
Donald, I'm speaking here. I'll call you what I will. Right here on your paper, Donald Baker. And,
It's Donnie Baker.
well, Donnie, I'm seeing you for the 4th time in 6 months. This is absolutely unacceptable. Your probation specifically says that you are not to be getting in any trouble. And so it looks like we're going to have to rack on some more community service hours
Man, please
for
don't
you.
make me go back to that nursing home, man. I swear to God, I got a weak stomach, man. Please don't make me go back there, man. I swear to God, I'll do anything else.
All right, fine. Looks like we're going to need some work on the road crew.
Man, don't put me in harm's way, man. I got a job. I swear to God, I need to get some more hours, and I got a boat I'm trying to sell, man. You put me in harm's way, I swear to God, I'll take you to court.
Well, Donald, I don't know what to do when
Man,
we
I've
help
got
the
to get
nursing
back home,
home.
and I've got fireworks to get to. It's my favorite time of the year.
Fireworks? Oh, you know about fireworks then?
I've got crates of them, man. You want to come over maybe this weekend, man?
Well, no, that's not what I meant. Donald, we've actually got right over here, we have a fireworks safety program that we're trying to promote, and we're looking for a spokesperson.
Well, let me have that, man. I swear to God, I'll do it, man. Give me some hours off community service. I'll do anything.
Well, I tell you what, we could try recording a public service announcement for the fireworks if you've got some information you could help us with.
Give me them papers.
All right, here, let's, I'm just going to go ahead and roll tape here. And, take 1.
Okay, man, first rule of thumb. Fireworks are a time-honored 4th of July tradition, but they can be dangerous. So children never handle fireworks unless supervised by an adult or dared by a cooler kid. I remember one time in school, Joe Emmert offered me $50, man, to light a fart with a firecracker. He wrestled, so I did it. I swear to God I did. But I didn't time it right. About blew the stripes off my zoo bars. Okay, number 2. Alcohol and fireworks do not mix. So do all drinking beforehand. Remember, chug them before you light them. Also, cherry bombs make excellent alarm clocks for winos and homeless people. I swear to God, I've knocked the change out of their cups before. Okay, man, if you have to cross the state line to buy fireworks, don't forget you might as well pick up a couple cartons of discount smokes while you're there. Don't sweat it, Randy. I got your Salem lights. And you say queer? Don't point bottle rockets at your nerd friends. Nerds are small. They're vulnerable. Slow-moving fat kids make much better targets. I swear to God they do. You get extra points if you hit their lunchbox. Okay, man. Before shooting off fireworks inside a car, make sure it's a rental. And never shoot fireworks at my boat. I swear to God, man, I'll take you to court.
Excuse me, Donald, I don't think this is going to work out.
I ain't finished, man. I still got some more rules here. Don't light off fireworks around animals, man. That ain't cool. They don't like to be disturbed. But what is cool, man, is maybe finding a good dead possum or dead squirrel. Roadkill works great because the rigor mortis works as a vice grip. I swear to God it does. And finally, if an M80 blows your hand off, remember to use the opposite hand to pick up the detached appendage. Otherwise, you look like a big wuss in front of your buddies. They'll bust your chops all the way to the emergency room.
Donald, I think we've got all we need here.
And I've got more of these rules. There's a bunch of stuff you guys ain't covered.
No. That's fine. Thanks. We've got all we need. We're going to go ahead and just call this community service completed, all right? I'll just fill out the paperwork. If you could just go right on home there.
You want to come over this weekend, man?
No, thanks, Donald.
Suit yourself, man. Have your papers. That's more fireworks for me, man. Hey, can I get a Mountain Dew before I go?
It's the Bob and Tom Show. Not really sure who that was.
Curly Joe, Donnie.
Hey, Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
Hey there. Jeff Oskey returns.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Me, buddy.
Very nice. In the sidekick chair.
Josh had that 4-day streak.
Yeah, he was winded. I don't know how he stayed here. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
Oh, she's got her I'm in the joke shirt on.
I'm in the what?
What?
You're in the joke, the farmer.
Oh.
Salesman ends up on the farm, and the farmer goes, "Hey, look, you can do anything you want, but you have to sleep in the barn and don't have sex with my daughter." And she's wearing that shirt.
He's doing
All
the
right.
whole joke.
You know what that means?
He's extra, and you should have heard him off the air.
Oh, really?
You ask him
Boiling in here.
You ask him about
Not
dry
boiling.
conditions, and all of a sudden we're talking about Denver, and I don't know. He's just absolutely insane.
You know, Denver, population-wise, a decade ago, very similar to Indianapolis.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
the marijuana tourism
well,
industry.
they're dry, too, and there's this
Is
cult
that what you were
out
talking
there.
about? Seriously?
No, we were talking about something unrelated.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good.
Go, baby, go.
Good. How are you?
I know you want to talk. Go, man.
I'm all right. What do you got going on over there? Got some interesting stuff in the world of sports?
Kevin Durant once traded. He turned the NBA upside down yesterday. Mm-hmm. And all the big-time players signed their Supermax, is what they call them, deals yesterday. Nikola Jokic, for example, the reigning two-time MVP, he signed a deal, 5 years, $264 million.
What? Pay the big man.
Yeah, pay him.
No car payment for that gentleman.
No, not at all, man.
That's what we call the no car payment contract. Very,
Comparable
very nice.
deal for, who was it? Ja Morant, and a Big Cat in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Jokic, you like him. He's a really big guy, and he's like so big and so strong that he's not even muscly.
Right.
Like if he has his shirts off, honestly, he kind of looks like me. Like he looks so, he's so massive that he looks regular. Does that make sense?
Isn't he the one they call the dad bod god?
I know you call him the Joker, but I like the dad bod god.
Dad
Dad bod god.
Funny you'd mention that. I don't know if you guys saw
Well,
this.
I hope so.
There is it corresponds to a story on the International Newswire this morning. Did you see the story about Putin and what he said?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't want to highlight it, but but
Putin famous for going shirtless.
Yeah, he insulted all the other Western leaders. They didn't,
we have
said they would look disgusting.
We have a story coming up about Putin. Now it's become, it's like a bunch of fifth graders. Oh yeah, well, oh yeah. Putin's saying that the Western leaders would look bad shirtless.
I don't know. I feel like Justin Trudeau looks pretty good, but that's probably because of his spray tan that he's always getting.
I think he does get a spray tan.
Keeps it nice and dark, you know?
He's a good-looking man.
Oh, no, he is a good-looking guy, 100%.
Well, do the story, Christy. You might as well get it out at this point.
Russian President Vladimir Putin shot back at Western leaders who mocked his athletic exploits with criticism about their appearance.
Well, thank God he addressed that.
Yeah. During the G7 summit, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson joked that the G7 leaders could take their clothes off to show that we're tougher than Putin. Canadian Premier Justin Trudeau said they could try to match Putin's naked torso pictures with a, quote, bare-chested horse riding display. When asked about the G7 jeers, if you will, Putin responded, quote, think it would be a disgusting sight.
This is another good reason to have a female president.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
How many of the...
Wow, just when you think that story can't get any worse.
That is the creepiest progressive comment I've ever heard.
Yeah. And Tom, in sports, there's also the story that it touches on a hot button for you. The Big Ten is expanding.
I saw that too.
So, would you be okay if they just changed the name of the conference? Is that your gripe?
No, what is it? This is UCLA and USC are going to join the Big Ten. So, how many teams will that be in the Big Ten?
16.
Okay, so got to be tough being a kid. Why do they call it the Big Ten, Daddy? Okay.
It's just the name of the conference.
East becomes West, West becomes North.
It used to be the Pac-10, and then they added a couple teams, and they went to the Pac-12. And now that these teams are leaving, and they think Washington and Arizona, I think I heard, are also coming to the Big Ten. So there's going to end up being 4 teams in the Pac-12.
Yeah. Why don't they just admit it and just call it the minor league for the NFL? Call it a day.
Well, no, college football certainly has a place in America.
It's a free minor league for the NFL.
Well, that's fine.
Does the name, image, likeness stuff have anything to do with teams wanting to come to the Big Ten, or is it just about getting in the football playoffs?
No, money has something to, because USC and UCLA, yesterday it was reported that both those schools are going to make $100 million a year for the foreseeable future once they join the Big Ten with television rights.
Make a little bit of cash.
That's one of those where you, no, we're going to stay true with how much?
I would never sell naked pictures of my mother. You're sure you want these? These are from the back. Okay.
I don't like these. Her eyes look a little closed in this one. I don't like that.
This picture, there's a great picture to get back to the Putin thing. There's another picture of Putin riding a horse shirtless. While he's...
Yeah, that's the famous one.
Then, of course, the big news is the Russians bombed an apartment complex nowhere near any military facilities, killing a bunch of people.
Why are we talking about this?
Okay, sorry. Well, this whole thing, this Putin is this big macho thing. I'd like to see Boris Johnson motorboat him with his man boobs. Enough foreplay, Putin. Whip it out.
I demand to know. I think it's time. It's time. Today, July 1st, rabbit, 2022, it's time. Why is Boris Johnson's hair that way? I need to know. I want to know right now.
He recently combed it down. Did you see it?
Yeah, but it's still...
I know.
You could shave your head and look fine. Get rid of it or something.
Is it like a Mark Davis thing, the Raiders owner? Because he has so much money.
It looks better than Mark Davis.
But when you have so much money and power, you just get kind of weird with your hair.
I think it's his signature. I think he deliberately gets out of the shower, shakes his head, and calls it a day.
He needs he needs bro cream. That's what he needs.
Little dabble do you?
Yeah, a little dabble do you.
They'll love to put their fingers through your hair.
That's right.
When you use Vitalis.
Are you using
Vitalis? Wait a minute. I think Jeff Oska has the Vitalis in that greasy kid stuff.
No, I just got out of the shower.
Oh, well, that's a plus for us.
Oh, by the way, Josh taking a couple of well-deserved days off in the Ozarks. And Tom, I walk around looking stupid, but I'm always listening, and people don't know that. They just think I'm stupid. So I'm walking in the hallway, and I hear Tom go, hey, you're in for Josh tomorrow, talking to Oskar. You're in for Josh tomorrow. And he goes, and a shower, please, okay? And
I did.
And get a haircut and trim that beard up, will you? Yeah, that's exactly.
Did you really say that?
1 out of 3.
I swear on yeah.
I used to just think that you were critical of women's appearance, but now it's good you're just critical of people's appearance.
And when he walked out of the room and Jeff started to cry, just one tear.
Oh, I bet.
One single tear.
No. You know what he'll say?
Had just littered.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Like someone had just littered. That's right. Tom will say, I was joking. Come on. I was joking. Words matter, Tom.
I know. I'm sorry. Jeffrey, you look really nice.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay.
That was heartfelt, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You got a nice,
warm on the inside.
nice full head of hair, big thick beard, all combed and cleaned.
Yeah.
Do you put some kind of treatment in the beard?
I do a little honest Amish
beard oil.
Yeah, beard oil. Yeah.
Beard oil.
Yeah, a little beard oil.
That's interesting. And it's made by the Amish folks.
It is. They know what they're doing with their beards.
It's made out of beaver paws and
butter, cow manure. Okay,
I think the Amish they know their beards. I think they're the go-to.
Okay.
They all have them, right? They have this part.
Coming up, we'll have a song from Mr. God. Right now, I want to urge you to protect yourself and your home with the award-winning Simply Safe. Chick McGee brought this to my attention years ago.
That's right. Make the world go away. Secure your compound with this. Design it yourself, do it yourself. Simply Safe home security system. Advanced whole home security that puts you, your family, and your home safety first. And here's why we love it. 24/7 professional monitoring. Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected, sending police and first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. Simply Safe uses their proprietary video verification technology. Monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. And plans are monitoring plans, affordably priced, about $1 a day. No long-term contract or hidden fees, because feeling safe at home and having peace of mind should not break the bank. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. Go today and you get a free offer, a free indoor security camera, plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Thank you very much. When we come back in sports, we have massive salaries in the NBA.
Yes.
We have anchovies raining from the sky in a major American city, and the attack of the African snail, and it's serious business. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, it'll be spaghetti time coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. I think we should all be having a better time. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks for joining us here on a Friday, the Bob and Tom Show in your face. Hey, Josh Arnold on assignment. Jeff Oskey sitting in at the sidekick chair this morning. And a bonus for you, Jeff will also be bringing us the news we failed to mention later this morning as well. It's a great segment and a lot of fun. Jeff Oskey on a Friday with you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. The figurehead of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, who was at the 1969 Rolling Stones concert at Altamont Speedway, has died at the age of 83. Sonny Barger died of liver cancer Wednesday at his home in Livermore, California. Barger was a founding member of the Oakland, California chapter of the Hells Angels. There was some question as to whether the Hells Angels were hired as security for Altamont or were simply encouraged to keep people from the stage in exchange for beer. A Hells Angel fatally stabbed a concert goer who'd pulled a gun on one of their members in an incident caught in the documentary Give Me Shelter. Barger had claimed in his 2000 autobiography that when Keith Richards threatened to stop the show over the violence, Barger stuck a pistol in Richards' side and told him, quote, start playing his guitar or he was dead. That's Barger's story. May he rest in peace. And the Barbie doll is embracing the David Bowie look again. Mattel has created a version of Barbie based on Bowie's look in his Life on Mars video. She's got a modified red haircut, blue eyeshadow, a powder blue suit, a pinstripe shirt, a metallic necktie, and platform shoes. I'm sure you recall the look. The doll sells for $50 at Mattel.com. 3 years ago, you'll recall, Mattel created the Ziggy Stardust version of Barbie. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. An ORD just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's the most terrifying and talked about movie of the year. Don't miss seeing Paranormal Activity. This sparse, independent film. It's getting great reviews and will all scare you in the spirit of Blair Witch Project.
Hey.
What?
Excuse me, scary voice guy.
Who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Bob Gavoyan. Paranormal Activity? Really? A single camera shot from a bedroom? You all need to hop off the Paranormal Activity bandwagon and get your ass in line now to see my new movie, Para-Knocker Activity.
Want me to keep jumping, Mr. Kavoyan?
Yes.
But I'm getting all sweaty.
Oh, that's okay. That's why we're doing the soapy shower scene in Act 2.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
There. So, what do you think?
It's okay, I guess. It's not real scary.
Jeez, what a homo.
Does she at least get murdered?
No, none of that. Para-Knocker Activity is an uplifting movie. It even has a happy ending. Watch.
She's gonna need another shower.
Good idea. Everybody back in the bathroom. Soap those puppies up and roll film.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I got thrown out of J.C. Penney the other day.
Really?
Yeah, fondling up the mannequins. You believe that? And that ain't my fault. Have you seen the mannequins in there? And they taunt you, too. They got the little short skirt on, arm up, kind of waving you over. You know what I mean? Shoot. I tell you what, if you ask me, the little whore was asking for it.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. So that's how you know you're too high.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thank goodness that all those comments were for the family, not for the worldwide audience. Hello, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Christy's at the news desk.
Mm-hmm.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello, Chick.
What's Christy wearing?
Clothes.
Top and a skirt.
Yep. Skirt.
What is that?
What?
A squirt.
Squirt.
Hey, you want a squirt?
There's
You guys did.
Hi, Jeff Oskey.
Not a fan of the skort.
Why?
Either, yeah.
Because it's like a
tease?
push-up bra. It's like it gets you all
No.
excited. Oh,
Yeah.
she's wearing a skirt. And then
Every
you're
now
like,
and then.
no shorts.
Yeah, well, every now and then with a skirt, it's ass cheek time. Not with a skort.
Exactly. The skort.
And I like the word culottes better. It sounds dirtier.
Culottes are totally different thing.
They are?
Yes.
What are
I've
culottes?
told you this 100 times.
Hi, Ace Cosby. How are you? Good.
And they
He's a
usually are way past your knee. They're just disgusting looking.
track phone
I thought
hotline.
culottes were a skirt with a thing in the middle.
Hi, Willie.
You guys are idiots. Culottes is a delicious tropical fruit.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm Chick, and here's well, I tried to help you. Here's Tom.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a lot going on in the world. I'm certainly looking forward to. We have
Rabbit.
We have
Thank
a world
you.
record. We have.
It's spaghetti time.
Oh, thank you, man. Got some spaghetti news coming up in sports.
All the things we accidentally lose. Can't we lose that?
It's spaghetti
Can
time.
we erase that?
I like it.
I mean, Matt Brogger, he makes the point that
here's
spaghetti is always a positive thing.
Here's why I don't speak to Matt Bronger.
Why?
I tried to follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
I said, hey, Matt. Nothing. I got broomed on Twitter.
You got big time.
Big time. I got big time. I got high-hatted is what I got. And Bronger can cram it.
Well, you know what? Now it's not spaghetti time. Now
That's
it's
right.
ass cheek time.
It's ass cheek time.
A little bit of fun.
Admittedly. This hot spaghetti on ass cheeks, but that'd be a great
Let's see an
weekend.
ass cheek.
My ass cheek isn't. Even if I was wearing a skirt, you wouldn't see it.
Why not?
Because I'm wearing underwear.
Weren't we
Lose the
talking? Weren't we talking yesterday about a father-son mooning?
Oh, yeah, we
sometime?
did.
Willie's up for it. I don't know about you. But.
Well, I'm a big fan of the moon.
Well, let's see it.
Let's see it, boys. Let's go.
I'm not going to do it in here.
Showdown.
Where are you going to do it?
Where do you moon then?
Show him how to run around.
The right time, the right place.
Run around with his brothers naked. That's what you guys
We
did.
definitely would moon in like the Suburban on a road trip. We
Sure,
definitely
I
get
can see that.
Two little moons, two little tiny white Irish moons sticking against the window,
It's
man.
called the pressed ham.
You haven't mooned anybody since you were 12.
Oh, so yes, I have.
Really?
Oh, I have certainly dropped trow and given the old moon.
Accidentally, maybe.
Now, one time, Bob and I were in a charity golf tournament, and what was that guy's name?
Len Barker.
Len
threw
Barker.
a no-hitter, Cleveland Indians.
Pitched a no-hitter for the Cleveland Indians, and he gave the crowd a not just a moon, he gave him the old brown eye.
Oh God!
Yeah, you could see all the way to where his house was.
Yeah,
in
I remember
Medina.
that story
It was
now.
unbelievable.
That was brutal.
Wow.
He been overspread him. Yikes.
Also, we have a problem with Pat Godwin, and I
Now
almost
what?
hesitate to mention this, but it's dawned on me that there's going to be a smell, so we're going to have to explain this. This is much like the time that Pat, for no reason, and he denies it to this day, that he runs water in the bathroom and keeps it running and floods the building, and it wasn't him. It wasn't him. Anyway, he spilled 6 gallons of cream this morning.
half a cup at least.
And he cleaned it up, in air quotes. And so cream is real cream, delicious cream from
the great American dairy farmers. I love you guys and ladies.
Well, you're missing a lot of it now.
It will start to decay and mold, and there will be a smell, because if he's cleaned it,
I cleaned it with Mike Mark. We did our best.
With what?
Hey, Spazzo, how did you drop the cream?
You know, it tipped over while I was trying to put it in my cup.
You spilled your coffee yesterday in there. Dean was in there
Yes, I
cleaning
did.
that up.
I can't help but notice you're wearing a nice clean shirt. Oh, yes, that's one of mine.
You gave it to me. Thank you, sir.
Hey, positive note, I saw pictures of Pat's son at camp having the time of his life.
Oh, my God. Big smile on his
He's
face.
away from his dad, of course he is.
I get to do stuff.
I'm relaxed. I'm not worried about being alive.
He's not being ordered to clean up cream spilled all over the couch.
Nobody's running around behind me every 2 seconds.
Okay,
to
Pat,
hear me.
let's get an early morning song out of you. What
would you like?
Oh, I don't know. What
I'm surprised you don't have a camp song. Do you have a camp song?
Yeah, I have a camp song.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one about you're sending your son to camp for the first time?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that would be apropos.
Don't tell us what it is. Just let him sing it.
I want to go in cold.
Hello, Fada.
There you go.
Be nice to Mudda, even though she's sleeping with the nutter. What? The camp counselors called me a sinner because I dropped the F-bomb last night at dinner. I cruised the lake with Charlie Spryer. Never thought a kayak could catch on fire. Kids grilling hot dogs and singing Skinnerd while I cut open a snake and saw its innards. I forgot to wear sun protection. Now, Dad, I have a skin infection. I hate rock climbing. I miss my iPad. You'd come get me if you were a good dad. I could get eaten by a bear. I'll find lice and plant them in my hair. Take me home, or I'll tell Mudda that you make more money than what you told a lawyer. I'll do it, Dad.
A nice
Beautiful.
tribute to summer camp. When are you picking up your son?
Tomorrow at 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jeff
great.
and I.
That's the scariest part. The camp where our kids went, when you pull in, the first thing they do is take your kid to the side and do a lice check.
Yeah.
And if they don't pass, no camp. And you're out your money.
kid.
And
That's
so
'cause of
you're
me.
like, please don't let him have been around some dirty kids. Please pass the lice test.
I brought so much lice into that place, they started doing the lice check. They call it the Griswold rule.
That's interesting. I remember you having
There's the
a
little
bunch of
wooden
times.
sticks. They have my face on them. Yeah, it's a big thing up there. I donate to it every year.
Kids, if they're in a baseball team and they're exchanging helmets, it's just a thing. Everybody gets it.
Didn't you point this out one time? There are a lot of bad smells in the world, but there's nothing worse than a kid's backpack from the camp.
Oh my God! Yeah, when kids come back from they've been at camp. In my case, when I went to camp, I'd be gone for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever. I would come back, and I think my mother just took it in the backyard and burned it. You wear the same shirt for 4 weeks. You don't care. You're a kid. You're outside. You're having a blast.
I didn't know that you had dry towels, so I would just use a towel, throw it in the suitcase, and be in there the whole week.
Absolutely.
Wilbur.
I know the mildew check. It'll get you.
Yeah, it's just like cream being spilled in the kitchen.
We tried our best to clean it up.
You spill cream all over a towel, put it back in your backpack. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. Nice and hot.
Boom.
Well, that was good, Pat. We'll get some more music out of you today. If that's the last thing we do. We've got a lot of interesting stuff. NASA news today. Starbucks news, but my favorite is I'm just going to read you the headline. Man with whistling scrotum escapes death after
This story is bizarre.
Bizarre medical emergency. This is from a legitimate
I saw
medical
it
journal.
yesterday.
This is a very rare case. They refer to it as whistling scrotum. It's just so exciting.
A whistling noise comes out of your scrotum.
Yes.
So there must be another hole there.
Well, it's very complicated. It involves surgical procedures, and yes, but we'll get to the whistle. But whistling scrotum does sound kind of like one of Bob Dylan's side projects. Yeah, well, after the Traveling Wilburys, Dylan joined Whistling Scrotum.
After my motorcycle accident.
It was him and Springsteen and Anne Murray.
Does anybody remember the Traveling Wilburys' fake names? Didn't they all?
Oh, they did.
They did.
Like Benny and Calvin and remember that?
They had a couple of tunes.
Absolutely.
The Traveling Wilburys?
Wilburys.
End of the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a bad song. I just heard that yesterday.
The Traveling Wilburys, it was
Tom Petty.
Bob Dylan.
Harrison.
Jeff Lynne.
And Jeff Lynne was like...
And Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
Yep, and that was the weird one.
Right. That was one of these things is not like the other.
I'm so sad and lonely.
I had a signed Traveling Wilburys guitar.
Vision in my left eye.
Coming up,
everybody rock. Yeah.
Coming up, we'll have the exciting news about the whistling scrotum. But first, we return to the sports page.
What?
Do you have anything over there? Is there anything interesting?
Big Ten voted unanimously to add USC and UCLA as conference members beginning in 2024. And does anybody remember when Paris Hilton and the other one?
Nicole Richie.
Nicole Richie.
We're
Simple Life.
We're at Simple Life. We're going out in the country, and they have their overalls on.
Yep.
And they're just standing there like the American Gothic. Somebody tweeted that yesterday and goes, "This is USC and UCLA showing up to the party at the Big Ten." It was pretty damn funny. Pretty damn funny. The expansion to 16 teams will happen after the Pac-12's current media rights contracts with Fox, Cha-Ching, and ESPN expire, and make the Big Ten the first conference to stretch from the Atlantic, from Rutgers to the Pacific, USC and UCLA. And now that qualifies as the longest road trip in college football.
Man, no joke.
What, Rutgers to
UCLA? SC or UCLA, yeah. Man, oh man.
Well, when there's $1 million involved per minute.
Hundreds of million every. And speaking of a lot of money, the NBA generated money this year. They had very successful, big ratings in the finals. Just short of $9 billion, the NBA says they made this year. The first night of free agency, just how good. Nikola Jokic, for instance, 5 years, $264 million. That's called the Supermax contract. Also signing contracts much like that, Bradley Beal, Mr. Beal, Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, and John Morant. All those contracts added together, excess of $1 billion by the time.
Hey, on a totally different note, speaking of huge money, when the ABA merged with the NBA, players were promised pensions. And in spite of the fact that the NBA made $9 billion last year, they're not really coughing up the money.
This is a good, perfect time to mention this. Actually.
And we've been helping out a charity that's trying to donate money to some of these aging ABA players. If you don't know the story, briefly, there was a different league, and there's a book about it called We Changed the Game by Robin Miller, and there's a great scene in which the ABA teams go to New York for this meeting, and I think it was the head of the Knicks said, "No effing way we're going to use your stupid three-point shot." A good argument could be made the three-point shot saved the NBA, but that's a different story. In any event, if you're an ABA fan, there's an outfit out there. We're selling what do we have? Hats and T-shirts that say Netto's from Bob Nettalicki. All that money is going to the charity, trying to help out these aging ABA players. But you can also, it's called the Dropping Dimes Foundation. But real quick, if you go to a place called Lana Sports, LANA, they got the rights to the ABA basketball. Those
right.
Really great, colorful basketballs.
Red, white, and blue, just in time for the 4th of July.
Yes, if you're a fan of basketball, or you know someone who, it's kind of would be a really cool, unusual gift. I know that I
gifted one and it went over huge.
They're really cool.
Yeah,
so it's
cool.
Once again, it's the Dropping Dimes Foundation. They're doing a good thing, trying to help out some of these. And a lot of these guys, sadly, are dying. And many of them in poverty because the NBA really didn't come through with the money, and obviously they just made $9 billion last year. It would take, If one team could donate 1 minute's worth of proceeds for one game, and they could finance the entire thing, but they haven't stepped up yet. But you can help out. Lana Sports, LANA. Check it out and give someone a really cool gift if you're an ABA fan. I'm sorry, Chick, back to you.
And a person with knowledge of the situation, certainly not me, says Kevin Durant has requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. The decision revealed just before the start of NBA free agency, sending ESPN and all of their networks into a tizzy like you've never seen. The Nets have been working with Durant to find a trade partner. He has multiple teams on the preferred list, but rumor on the street, the kids are saying it's going to be either the Miami Heat or the Phoenix Suns. I'm going to say the Phoenix Suns, him and Devin Booker, and maybe Chris Paul, and this will be his last season. We'll see what happens. And the NFL met again yesterday in New York City about Deshaun Watson, and the NFL is adamant about an indefinite suspension for Mr. Watson of at least 1 year. Wait a minute. An indefinite suspension of at least 1 year.
Well, that means it could be a year or it could be 10.
Or it could be indefinite.
Yeah.
See, this is why I stay out of courtrooms. I try anyway. Both sides presented their arguments.
Your track record in courtrooms, let's just say,
yeah.
less than stellar.
Well,
I think we can all line up for that one.
If they find Deshaun Watson, it comes out of my check. I don't know how that works. But that's how bad my divorce decree was. I don't know about you.
I don't know anybody's laughing in here.
I'm not laughing.
Chick just keeps losing different parts of his sectional couch. And it's getting smaller and smaller. And he only
Willie brings up the couch thing. Wow.
Well, he's got a seat and a half with an ottoman now.
Wait, that wasn't a specific. Is that a real thing?
If it's not you, it's her talking about it. She has it. You still
I
have the
had
couch?
one of his couches.
So did I. I'll tell you off.
That's like I
How
feel
did
like
you
that's.
end up with a couch? You did.
Is he serious?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. She knows you.
Chick, I'm so jealous. You really have a nemesis in Ace Cosby.
See, let me tell you something, Willie. A Chick, for example, I think I could say is a let's just say a collector of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Move on.
Christy, kind of a car collector.
Well, I wish, but yeah.
Well, you have some very nice little cars.
No. Stop. Okay. In Moscow today, U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner is set to be on going on trial today.
Let's get her home.
Moscow. Maybe.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. They're claiming she had a cannabis jewel or something.
Yeah, essentially.
What is it, like a vape pen?
Vape pen.
Yep.
It seems to me like they wouldn't want to bring any more attention to themselves over there in Russia, let alone. Hey, and we got trouble in North Plains, Oregon. Everybody saw this coming. The Saudi Arabia-backed Live Golf Tour's second event teed off yesterday, angering a group of families who lost loved ones on 9/11 and want the Saudi government held to account for the terrorist attacks. About 10 family members and survivors spoke at a small park honoring veterans in North Plains, Oregon, home to the Pumpkin Ridge Golf Club, where the golf series is being played.
And they killed a local journalist in honor of the Saudis, cut him up and put him in a suitcase. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what the Saudis did. Sorry to get that confused. It's only true. Let's move forward here. We have...
I don't know how that happened. Yeah, let's move forward.
We have spaghetti in the news. We have a guy cranking one off in front of a Starbucks.
Where's the thing?
You mean, Matt?
It's spaghetti time.
See, how can you be in a bad mood when you hear that?
Did you turn it down as it was playing?
It's spaghetti time.
It's spaghetti time. Okay, very good. So give me the teaser.
Stanley Cup and world record coming up.
Okay,
a lot of great, if you follow Peyton Manning on Instagram, a lot of great pictures of Peyton in the Cup yesterday, and the Avalanche came over to his house, and they were hanging out in the driveway with the Stanley Cup.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
A lot of people turned out for that parade. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And there was a problem with the Stanley Cup yesterday, as you mentioned. We'll get to that. Right now, I want to do a quick quiz. Christy Lee?
Yes, sir.
What is your sleep number setting?
45.
Soft mattress.
Boy, and I'm not joking. I got in my bed last night, and I'm like, God, I love my bed. I literally said that out loud.
I see.
No one.
Chick McGee?
100. 100. I like a firm mattress.
Oh, there you go. And now you notice those are distinctly different numbers, and they mean significantly different things. The firm mattress 100, the softer mattress 45. You can go anywhere in between. Josh is a 65. I know that. The point is, you set the exact firmness that you want, and your bed will help you pick what's best for you based on what they call sleep IQ data from the Sleep Number people. these longer days of summer, it's time to get some sleep. In fact, interestingly enough, this is the month in which people get the least amount of sleep. No, that's such an odd thing. So don't be part of that. Get proven quality sleep by getting a Sleep Number bed. Every great day starts the night before. Right now, the Queen 360 C2 Smart Bed on sale. It's just $899. That's a $200 saving. Been thinking about getting a new mattress. Why not get the best bed out there? The Sleep Number bed. Go to sleepnumber.com/BT show. Find out all the options that you have. And remember, when you get home, you get to set it at the setting you like. And either side of the bed has its own setting. So it's adjustable. It's like having 40 beds. It takes up less room, though.
Yeah.
This is, of course, subject to credit approval. The special offer, minimum monthly payments are required. Check it out, sleepnumber.com/BT show for all the details. When we come back, also update on the Mayflower, and we got a time traveler in the news. Oh, Doc. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Rolling through a Friday morning with you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. The Bob and Tom Show being streamed at this address if you'd like to watch while you listen or listen while you watch. bobandtom.com/live. The Bob and Tom live video feed, or you can check us out on our YouTube channel as well. We're always having fun on a Friday, especially. Glad you're here with us. Again, Josh Arnold on assignment and Jeff Oskey sitting in at the sidekick chair. Pat Godwin there in the performance studio. More music from him coming up on a Friday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner set to go on trial in a Moscow area court. Griner arrested on cannabis possession charges at an airport while traveling to play for a Russian team. The proceedings are set to get underway later today, 4.5 months after she was detained. The Phoenix Mercury Center and two-time U.S. Olympic gold medalist could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted of large-scale transportation of drugs. Fewer than 1% of defendants in Russians' criminal cases are acquitted, and unlike in the U.S., acquittals can be overturned. Summer travel underway across the globe, but a full recovery from 2 years of coronavirus could last as long as the pandemic itself. 11 countries this month show the most passionate travelers are thronging the locales like the French Riviera, Amsterdam, and the American Midwest. But even as safety restrictions fall, places like Israel, India, and Rome reporting only fractions of the record-setting tourism. back in 2019. For them, a full recovery isn't forecast until at least 2024. China, one of the world's biggest source of tourists, remains closed per its zero COVID policy. That's holding down the rebound for many countries. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
From the exclusive Bob and Tom Salon comes a brand new fragrance.
Oblivious.
Hello, sir. Can I help you?
Hello, yes. I seem to have lost my room key and I need another.
Name?
It's McCartney.
McCarthy?
No, it's McCartney.
Oblivious. That's one of those tricky Irish names that gives my computer fits. So is it MC with one big C, or one of those with a cute little C and a big C, or just two big C's?
It's a little C and then a big C.
Okay, then. And your first name?
Well, it's Paul McCartney.
Okay, Mr. McCartney. And are you here with a group?
Not anymore.
Oblivious.
This is the scent for the unaware.
You know, one of the most meaningful things that's happened to me since I've been the president. Oops.
Oblivious.
This is the scent for the intellectually absent.
Good morning, sports fans.
Good morning, Chick. What do you have for us today?
Well, I've got nothing.
Great.
Oblivious.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Oblivious.
Oblivious perfume is available at fine retail outlets everywhere. In fact, it's probably right in front of you and you didn't even notice. Oblivious.
You know, it'll take time to restore chaos, but we will.
Oblivious.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Diana Jordan is here with us now. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Since you've been here last, have you had any augmentation of any kind?
No.
Okay, it must be.
I'm wearing the Wonder Bra.
Is that? Are you kidding?
No. I just showed it.
Impressive.
Yeah. They call it the Wonder Bra because when you take it off, the guy wonders where in the hell you're.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom.
From The Crew.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. He's on one this morning. There's Christy Lee at the news desk. There's my man, Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick McGee.
In the performance room. Already a song under his belt.
Woo.
Song an hour today, Tom.
We got another one coming.
Kick off the weekend.
We got the time machine coming up in a matter of moments.
There's Jeff Oskey in the Josh Arnold Memorial Chair.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jeff. There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
There he is. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Nutsy. Here's Tom.
We got. I'm going to give you an audio hint to a forthcoming news story. And I also want to say coming up today, we have Jeff Oskey, who's sitting right over there, with things we failed to mention in the news.
That's right.
I'm very excited about that. But you know what this sound is, Christy?
It's an ice cream truck.
It's an ice cream truck.
It must be my ears. Everything sounds like the treble is turned way up.
Yeah, it is high.
It's your ears.
Okay.
We have also, before we get to the next thing,
Ice cream truck story?
I want to do this one for Willie. Do you recognize this?
Yep.
I imagine
this is
that super
almost not even a song.
The Bob Dylan and
I love this song.
It's It's way too overproduced.
It's standard Jeff Lynne.
Jeff Lynne, more sound the better. Yeah.
Everything is too perfect. It's great.
Jeff Lynne tends to have a lot of drum machines, but you've got to forgive him because he did the great Beatles reunion thing where they what is it, birds? Free as a bird. God, I love that. Anyway, that's the traveling Wilburys. You brought them up. Okay, I want to see if you can match the Wilbury with the real person. Ace, I'll start with you. Who is Lefty Wilbury?
I'll give it to Tom Petty.
You're wrong. Lefty Wilbury, of course, is Roy Orbison.
Damn.
Charlie T. Wilbury Jr. Anyone?
Oh, that sounds like Tom Petty.
I have no idea.
That was Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Lucky Wilbury. Anyone?
George Harrison.
No, Bob Dylan.
So this is in the 80s.
So
a bunch of millionaires that are already super well known got into a room and go, we're going to make fun little fake names for each other.
Garth Brooks did this too. I don't know what it is about famous people that want to come out as different people.
But the Wilburys had kind of a couple of hits.
Yeah, they did.
They're not
but
bad.
Nobody ever talked about them by their Wilbury name.
Yeah,
ever.
well, as Willie points out, it's a bunch of millionaires trying to have some fun.
Also, in a picture I saw, George Harrison looks like a vampire. He looks terrifying. I don't know what his hair's going on in that era.
In this era? Oh, I don't know.
It is a scary look.
Okay, well, in any event, those were the Wilburys, and we just thought, I don't know why we mentioned them, but Pat, I thought we'd get the time machine out again.
All right, challenge me. Here we go.
Well, we were talking about something the other day, and I casually mentioned the internet and how everything is on the internet, no matter what weirdness you're into. And if you want a guy to lop off your nuts, just go on the internet, you'll find someone. And when I Googled that, I found this headline: Man on trial for castrating men on his kitchen table.
Hello.
Again, they found each other on the internet. Then there's this one: the so-called eunuch maker arrested after castrating men live on television from his apartment.
I'm just a little old eunuch maker.
And then, remember the little old eunuch maker me? Remember that?
On Broadway this fall, the eunuch maker.
There was the little old winemaker me. Remember that commercial?
Sure.
Here we go. This headline: Associated Press: Illegal castration at a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, that's the
story. Is an Oklahoma man was sentenced to prison after performing an illegal human castration at a cabin in the woods. According to prosecutors, Mr. Bob Lee Allen performed a castration on a volunteer. And that's the key there.
A volunteer.
Yeah, and then stored the removed body parts in a freezer.
Do you take those home and put them on your mantle?
It gets worse.
Oh, you wear them on a necklace around your...
okay.
Ready?
Make sure you got to put it in a freezer bag, or it gets really bad freezer burn.
But then you know what you do with it, don't you?
What?
Let's see. According to Allen, later joked about eating.
Oh, no.
Oh, so this is a crazy person.
Yes, of course.
Wait a minute. He wasn't crazy for castrating a volunteer.
Can't go to the woods.
As soon as he eats the guy's balls, that defines crazy.
Can't go to the woods with your pals anymore? I don't know. I thought this was America.
If a guy asked you, I mean, he volunteered. He wanted it done.
You see a psychiatrist, okay? This is the problem. Everyone in our culture is so, whatever you want to do is okay with me. No, it's not. Go to a qualified sector. You're a nut job, or I guess in this case, a no nut job.
Well,
sorry. This guy was sentenced.
So quick to throw out names.
Yeah, I should be a judge.
No,
I'd cut this guy's balls off. That way, whatever genetic thing got him going won't be passed on to somebody else.
I thank heavens every day that you have no real legal authority.
Right?
It is so good. You're in charge of the family, sure.
Hey,
you're in charge of this crazy little operation. That's good, too.
At my house, I built a really nice fire pit. You know what we use the fire pit for?
What?
S'mores. We don't cook somebody's balls that came over. I don't have a very big kitchen anyway. Hey, can you light onto my kitchen island? I have to cut your nuts off.
Maybe they do that too. Maybe they cut some balls off and have some s'mores.
Okay. Now, Pat, you remember the story?
I do.
Okay.
Gonna hang out in the woods, find some psilocybin, do a little castration. After I've been imbibing, I'm gonna lay around a cabin, mama, and cut some good balls off. That's what I'm going to do. Well, I think I'm good at this. I know I'm no physician. How hard can it be to make a little testicle incision? I'm going to lay around a cabin, mama, cut some good balls off. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, the cops came and got me. Found out I had done it twice since. Chopping off privates without a license. So I'm going to lay around the jail, mama, for cutting good balls off. It was an epic fail, mama. Cutting good balls off.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, the guy, by the way, pleaded no contest.
Yeah.
And I do love that. What if the judge goes, oh, well, let's have a contest? What do you want to do? No contest to felony counts of, among other things, practicing medicine without a license and attempted distribution of a psychedelic mushroom. I guess when you cut your nuts off, you want to...
You want to be high on something, I would think.
In this other case, this guy said he wanted to look like a Ken doll with nothing down there.
Cool.
Again, this is a mental health issue.
Cool.
Does that mean Ryan Reynolds lost his to play him in the movie?
They had to do that.
Oh, that's sad.
Huge sacrifice.
Yeah, poor Blake.
I thought it was the other Ryan.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Oh, Ryan Gosling. I'm sorry. Yeah,
He's playing Ken?
Yes.
Okay.
Margot Robbie is Barbie.
What kind of plot line is that going to have? Is this a kid's movie or?
I think it is.
I think, yeah.
You're
But
gonna
it's live action, so.
The girls are going to love this.
No,
you
I'm
fool.
just asking.
You're going to criticize this. You're going to watch
I'm
this.
not criticizing.
Barbie too hot.
I didn't ask it. I was just asking.
You're going to have to watch this, I don't know, 1,000 times?
Yeah.
The Barbie scenes in the Toy Story movies are great. they're really witty.
It's very colorful.
They completely get it.
Here's a shot of Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie in one of their little outfits.
Hot.
Well, they do look like Barbie and Ken.
Yeah, they sure do.
Okay, well, we'll move forward here. Coming up, we have Stanley Cup news, giant African snails in the news, and it's raining anchovies in San Francisco.
It's raining anchovies.
Are you an anchovies fan?
Hallelujah.
No, it's like eating a salty eyebrow. No. No.
You know, of all the things I've disagreed with you about, I can't agree with that more. You're exactly right, mister.
Yeah,
it's a salty eyebrow. You like anchovies?
I do not like anchovies.
Yeah, me either.
Also, the salty eyebrow, that sounds like a bar in Antigua or something. It's some weird island.
It certainly does.
Hey, welcome to the salty eyebrow.
Hey, I only have the one eyebrow. You know why? A shark bit it off.
And then they'd have this exotic drink where you'd have to shave your eyebrows off at the end.
And there's a guy's cut off toe in the bottom. You got to drink.
Yeah.
Remember that place?
You got to kiss the toe.
Oh,
yeah, I remember.
You know the story when I shaved off my eyebrow? I shaved off my eyebrow in 3rd grade, and then my mom came home and she goes, "What happened to your eyebrow?" I go, "It didn't grow back yet."
It didn't grow back yet. He's adorable.
Took a lot of training to get him that smart.
You love him more. He's adorable.
His eyebrows off in the 3rd grade.
He's the adorable one.
Okay, and we're doing a song an hour from Godwin. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yeah. All right, that sounds
Whether you like it or not.
And we have, I have another audio clue for you guys about things coming up in the news. That's right. Be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes. And we were talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, "Oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn."
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Greg Warren and the Warren Report on Thursday. Hope you were able to catch the show yesterday. Again, GregWarrenComedy.com for tickets and information. He's at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club right there at the MGM Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. Again, he'll be there through July 3rd, the weekend, and into next week, I believe Wednesday. So a long stay for Greg Warren, and apparently Brad Garrett, according to Greg's, going to be appearing at the club this weekend as well. We can't guarantee you'll see Brad, but you can see Greg Warren if you're in Vegas. Check him out. Tell him you listened to him on the Bob and Tom Show. Again, a great Warren Report yesterday. The infamous 10-cent beer night in Cleveland. It was a great Warren Report. Hope you caught it, and we hope you catch the rest of this morning's show. Jeff Oskey on the way with the news we failed to mention on a Friday, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. Kentanya Brown Jackson has been sworn in to the Supreme Court, shattering a glass ceiling as the first black woman on the nation's highest court. The 51-year-old jurist is the court's 116th justice, and she took the place of the justice she once worked for. Justice Stephen Breyer's retirement was effective at noon. Yellowstone National Park will reopen to the public just in time for the 4th of July holiday weekend. The flood-damaged North Loop will reopen tomorrow. Flooding 2 weeks ago closed America's first national park and forced 10,000 visitors to leave as water, rocks, and mud washed out roads and bridges. The entire park was closed from June 14th to June 21st due to the historic flooding. And if you're heading out this holiday weekend, looks like you're not alone. Summer travel underway across the globe, and it's rebounding following the pandemic. In 11 countries this month, an interview shows that most passionate travelers are going to locales like the French Riviera, Amsterdam, and the American Midwest. But even as safety restrictions fall, places like Israel, India, and Rome are reporting only fractions of the record-setting tourism of 2019. For them, a full recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic isn't forecast until at least 2024. No matter where you're headed, happy holiday. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The game of football we are familiar with today has changed somewhat from the original version invented in the mid-19th century. With roots in rugby and soccer, the game used an odd egg-shaped ball made from a pig's bladder. Several Ivy League colleges had teams that competed, and eventually professional clubs were formed. In one of the most violent and famous games in history, the Redskins soundly defeated the Cowboys on the field at Little Bighorn Stadium in Montana. The quarterback, George Costa, was not available for comment after the game.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Also joining us in the studio, comedian John Bazaar.
Well, I find that now that I need a woman, integrity, strength of character, honesty, but really the most important thing, gotta have a big ass. I may be outside the pale on this one, judging by all the magazine covers I see, but I'm done with these ectoskeletal, wafer-thin, rice cake chomping chicks with the Ally McBeal arms and those heroin-looking legs. Yeah. Even the Three Little Pigs knew you don't build something out of sticks if you're going to spend any time inside.
I actually have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
All right, woke chick up. In my fantasy, I am making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Nation, get it right.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin. He's in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
Hey, there's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
He's in the sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Hello, friends.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Yesterday we were talking about lawnmowers for some reason.
We were?
I think so. And someone asked if there was a. Someone said, "Is there a company that cuts grass called Motown?"
Oh, no. We did talk
That
about
was
that.
Ace's joke of the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right. It was Ace's joke of the day.
Okay. What was the joke again?
What do lawn specialists listen to? What kind of music?
Motown. Okay.
Yeah.
I got this from Paul.
So dismissive.
That's nice.
And then I believe you
gotta say it right. Motown.
asked, I wonder if there's a mowing company called Motown.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Motown Landscaping and Mowing Service.
All right.
They've been operating since 1999. Thank you, Paul Dunham. We certainly appreciate you listening. Hello,
this
Tulsa.
might be a thing. You might not want to blow them up because they might get taken down because of this. They might get a
Barry Gordy's just getting a phone call now.
Yeah, Barry loves the show. And,
Okay.
He's still on. Dear goofballs. And Christy. Boy, how do you... Anyway.
Shaky's perfect. You guys are real dicks.
I heard you
I'm
talking...
far from perfect.
No one says you guys.
I heard Chick talking about ice and the ice ball molds.
Yes.
I have in the freezer. My sons bought me molds that make an ice ball in the shape of a football. I have these. They're
You
amazing.
do?
I only use them during the season, but yes, absolutely.
How do you get the water in?
Well, they're little molds. Yeah, they're little molds.
Molds. You just put, they're like
the
ice
same way.
cream
The
trays.
same way with the balls. You
remember the
there's a
olden
little-
days when we had ice cube trays
there's
and
a
you'd
little-
fill them up?
There's a little hole that the water runs through and fills the mold up. You know how molds work, right?
There's a mold. There's a little tiny hole right here.
Oh, I see.
And then they come apart in the middle.
Yeah, but it's kind of.
Oh, so you don't have to fill the two halves and slam them together?
Oh my God.
You know what? The fact that you honestly thought that describes your entire life.
Yeah, you
just
gotta
put a
go
mold,
really quick.
Yeah, you got to put a mold together.
It's hard to get those filled correctly, though.
My
don't you think?
refrigerator makes these moon-shaped ice cubes.
Most do, yes.
I hate them. Then when you're trying to take a sip, and the moon-shaped thing hugs the
And
side of the
also-
glass, and then all of a sudden you get the dam breaks.
You
get
can
this big
also
rush of water.
push a button, and your refrigerator makes probably 3 or 4 different types of
Yeah,
ice.
crushed
I would
ice.
Hate
Yeah.
crushed ice.
bet. You also hate laptops.
Wait, do you even use the ice from your fridge, though?
Yeah, I had it rigged so it goes through the reverse osmosis thing.
He had it rigged, Chick.
Rigged.
Yeah, that didn't involve a guy going, yeah, I'm going to rig this for you.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be another $250. And I see right here on the paper, it says I rigged it for you.
I have well water in my house, so I have to go
don't
through all
check.
this. I've got
There
this.
are actors that have done plays millions of times that don't know their lines as well as Amy must know your credit card numbers. It goes away and away and away.
Dear Bob
Poor
and Tom,
Amy.
just like Tom, this is from Charles, just like Tom, I suffer from OCD. Example, I saw Tom cutting his straws with a pair of scissors a few days ago.
Yep.
He placed them exactly where he usually does in his drawer, and that
Oh my
really seemed
gosh.
to comfort him.
Right here, you mean?
You'll always know
Look at how proud he is.
where they are. And I have to. Now, what's the reason for cutting your straws there, Nutsy?
Because these straws,
Or longer than your cup?
they're longer than, see how much they stick out?
Aren't
It's
they
not that
elbow
bad.
straws or something?
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
stick
can't
out
you
too
just
far.
bend them?
No, they stick out too far, so you just lop off the bottom of them.
Willie, can you bend your straw?
So this is it, everybody.
Right.
It
Sure.
sticks out probably, what, 3 inches above?
No, 6 at least.
That's okay. Who are you, me? Lying 3 to 6? What are you talking about?
No, let him talk. That's absolutely 6 inches.
No, that's 6, I swear. And then you can kind of tilt it like that. and
Yeah,
you got
see,
a
it's
nice
a bendy
little-
straw.
Now
Yeah,
look
you're
at mine.
home
See,
free.
the clearance where the angle is perfectly.
Jesus.
Perfectly.
Your brain is broken.
The mind of
You
an
know
artist.
what?
The mind of an artist.
You take things and you make adjustments.
You
It's
know,
very
I
simple.
complain about it, but I don't know what we do without it. You being insane. I don't know what we talk about.
Like I said, I've got scissors in strategic places all over my house. I think everybody should.
Are they all?
I have scissors
Cutco?
in the kitchen drawer where they belong.
Yeah, but you got to have a pair in your closet so you can touch.
In my closet?
Yeah, you got to cut those laundry tags off.
What are you talking about?
The laundry tags they put on. They staple them on. You try to pull them off.
the
you put
dry
those-
Oh, you're talking about the dry cleaners?
Yeah, you put those dry cleaner staples through your
I don't
fingers.
go to the dry cleaners.
You iron that shirt?
No, I don't iron it. It comes out of the dryer like this. Why would I iron it?
I thought you were wrinkle-free, baby.
Would you like to make me wrinkle-free?
What do you got that's wrinkled, Pat? You got anything shriveled and wrinkled?
A little bit.
Christy could take the wrinkles off.
It may be short, but it's thin.
The confidence.
Got a pair of, got scissors in the dog room. You got scissors in the laundry room.
You are nuts.
I have a question.
Scissors are cheap. Get a bunch of scissors.
Not good scissors.
Well, I got the Cutco.
Well, those aren't. Those are
The Cutcos are in the
cheap.
kitchen.
They're competitively
Yeah,
priced.
they're in
certainly.
the wood block.
What is the most of one item that you've ever bought at one time? I know you bought like 50 things of Beano at one time because the dogs were taking Beano. Have you bought multiple scissors at one time?
Hang on. You bought a case of Beano?
It was super embarrassing, too.
Wait, and then he's aware that it is embarrassing. That's
Remember,
important.
we were on the air one day.
Did you go to the pharmacy or
No,
something?
let me tell you the story. We were on the air one day, and I was explaining that one of my dogs are having severe gas issues because I'd been told to feed them half of their normal food and green beans.
I know.
We all know.
And I still do that.
Stopped. Yeah,
But it was a flatulence, and the anti-flatulence from the vet was incredibly expensive. And got a letter from a guy. He goes, "You can use Beano." We got a letter from a vet. So I went to the drugstore. And I literally bought all the Beano they had on the shelf. And, of course, as I'm checking out, the guy goes, "Aren't you Tom from the Bob and Tom Show?" And I said, no, I'm Bob. My credit card says Tom. I don't know why. That was rather, there's certain times you don't want to be,
Right.
But I have the Beano. Sure, it works.
Do you still do that?
Their excessive flatulence seems to have gone away over time.
Well,
Do you cook the green beans every day?
Oh, no. You pour them right out of the can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not crazy. He wouldn't.
You do want to get the sodium free, but that's a different story. I'm sorry. Let's once again dip our toes into the world of sports.
A couple in Colorado got quite the surprise. The Stanley Cup was accidentally delivered to their home.
Oh, that's cool.
KUSA reports that this is our weekend. That's what KUSA says. They report that the day after the Avalanche defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning, Denver residents Dmitry Rudenko and his husband, Kit Karbler, noticed a car pulling into the driveway. Rudenko said that when the person opened the trunk, he recognized the Stanley Cup case immediately. It was destined for team captain Gabriel Landeskog, who lives in the same neighborhood as the couple. Oh, a very nice neighborhood.
Very nice.
And whose address is off by just one digit. Well, this makes total sense then.
Yeah, of course.
The keepers of the cup allowed... This is really no story at all.
No, it's a funny story. What if there's a truck pulls up to your house and the guy's holding the Stanley Cup?
Oh, the Lombardi Trophy, then you'd have something.
Well, I just love that the guy's name is Kit Karbler. Doesn't that sound like the secret identity of Iron Man or something?
I guess.
It's Kit Karbler.
No, Kit is reserved for the Old West. Kit Karbler is Kit Carson's uncle or something.
And Night Ranger. No, Rider.
Night Ranger.
Well, which is it? Ranger or Rider?
It's Rider. I just like cutting in with the wrong thing is
So
funny.
some
Not making
guy
fun of
shows
you,
up at your
sorry.
house with the Stanley Cup. I think it's pretty funny.
It's pretty cool.
The delivery guy said they did let him touch it for a little bit, and then they had to get on.
Should have won up.
How many times? How many times has a delivery driver said that? Well, I let her touch it, and then I had to move on.
He walks up to it and he goes, "It's a major award. It's fragile."
Yeah.
Take it out of the case. One of my favorite scenes in any movie is when that thing arrives at a Christmas store. Fragile.
Is this weekend too early to watch that? I don't think so.
You can
What?
Yeah, Christmas Story. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Christmas in July.
Yeah, I
Christmas
guess
in
it's
July.
that.
Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie.
I'm sure there's Christmas decorations up already somewhere.
Oh, gee.
Well, actually, Pat and I have been working on a bunch of Christmas songs for his forthcoming album.
Yeah, that's kind of odd doing it
Got
right now.
another one coming out?
Yeah. In the fall, yeah.
Boy, oh boy, how many? It's like one a month.
You got another newscast coming up? Gee, man. Yes.
Well, a newscast is different than a CD.
Yeah.
Every 6 weeks.
We'll be streaming. They've got some great Christmas stuff on it. Pat's got some cool holiday songs.
Cool.
The Drunken Uncle Christmas. Love
That's
that.
a fun one, yeah.
Love that
Came
song.
along. Came out great.
What they say, write what you know, right, Pat?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You got to share you had your share of drunken uncles.
I did indeed.
Okay. Now, coming up, we have, like I said, anchovies in the news. It's a legit story. Anchovies raining down from the skies in San Francisco.
Where do anchovies come from?
It's a fish.
It's a Greece
Greasy
because
fish.
you know sardines. Is sardines a fish or is it like a
It's a little tiny fish.
compilation of fish? Wait a minute. Our staff ichthyologist would like to check in. Yes, Pat.
Yes, it's a fish. They eat them in Greece, like in Mykonos and Santorini, and they're grilled there. They're not like the kind of sardine that we know about, and they're delicious. But in the can, they can be gross.
He's lied so often. Anything he says is hilarious.
Look, I'm 39 years old and I'm single.
We associate sardines in America with things tightly packed in.
Right.
I don't think many of us have. I certainly have never eaten sardines, but when you say, "Oh yeah, we are packed in like sardines,"
And they had that little twisty thing. that would open the can.
They yank him right out of the can.
There you go. Hang on a second. Stop the
Why
show.
does Ace have
Yank him out of the can. and
Ace,
eat
why
him.
do you have sardines over there?
We talked about him a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's had him forever.
You've had him sitting there for 2 years. I've got my scissors in my drawer. You've got your sardine drawer.
Christmas present.
I think he's more in tune with the end of days than us. Maybe we should all have a tin of sardines, just in case things go bad while we're on the
I
air.
think when things go bad, the sardines are more valuable than all the Christmas presents I've given you years past that you have in your desk.
They're all in my office. Now, we have lots of letters here we get of all kinds of topics. You can reach us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. These all happen to be for a place called Good RX. This one is from Vicky. I have medication I take every day. It costs me $75 for a 90-day supply. I heard you guys talking on the Bob and Tom show about Good RX. I gave it a try. Now a 90-day supply costs $10. Thank you for turning me on to Good RX. There's a stack of these letters. Christy turned me on to Good RX. It's a free app, and Good RX scans, what is it, thousands and thousands of pharmacies to find the best price. And what have you got?
Yeah, and you could save up to 80%. I've been doing Good RX since the coupon days when you would go and print a coupon and hand it to your pharmacist. Comparing prices is important. Good RX does it for you. You don't have to run from one pharmacy to the next. But did you know prices could vary by as much as $100 between stores? That's right. With Good RX, you'll have the information you need to help you find the lowest price. Here's something for you. Good RX has saved consumers $40 billion to date. That's with a B, and can help you save money too. Simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, just a click away. Check out GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/Tom. That's goodrx.com/Tom.
GoodRx is not insurance, but it can be used in place of insurance, Medicare and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved up to 80% on retail prescription prices. Like I said, we get love letters about it. Check it out. It's free. GoodRx. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you by going to goodrx.com/Tom. Real quick, Pat Godwin. I'm looking at this. I don't know how to pronounce this town. This says Pat Godwin at Yellow and Company. Is it Mahomet, Illinois?
I think it's Mahomet, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it is
Right?
Mahomet. Yeah.
Mahomet, Illinois. Coming up on July 9th.
Yeah.
Pat Godwin live for a great concert. Yellow and Company, Mahomet, Illinois, July 9th. Be sure to check that out coming up next week. We're coming right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, quick question for you. Do you have the Bob and Tom Show app on your phone? You know someone who might like the Bob and Tom Show app? You should tell them it's free and available in the iTunes or Google Play Store, depending on their mobile device. Once they download the Bob and Tom app, what can they do? Well, they can listen to their local radio station, tune into us here on Bob and Tom 24/7, even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the Bob and Tom Show. How cool is that? That's right. It's the Bob and Tom Show app, and it's free and available for you and everybody across this fine planet on which we live. So make sure you let your banker, your barber, your candlestick maker, your bathtub guy that puts in your bathroom stuff, anyone that you run across, just bug them. The Bob and Tom Show app. It's free, and next thing you know, they'll be listening to me right here on the breaks. Won't that be fun? Yes, it will. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Durant has requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. That decision revealed just before the start of the NBA free agency undoubtedly will have teams scrambling to put together enormous offers for the perennial All-Star. And the NBA generated more basketball-related income than ever this past season, total number coming just short of $9 billion. The first night of free agency, Nikola Jokic, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, and Ja Morant all agreed to extensions worth more than $1 billion by the time they expire. And the Big Ten voted unanimously to add USC and UCLA as conference members starting in 2024. Major League Baseball American League winners yesterday: Cleveland, Houston, Toronto, and Seattle. National League year winners: Philly, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And one WNBA game last night in overtime. Atlanta beat New York by a score of 92-81. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news. Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Introducing Evasive, the cologne.
Is it a cologne for men?
Oh, yes, but not ordinary men.
Evasive.
Evasive. It's the cologne for congressmen.
What's it smell like?
It's a tantalizing aroma that tickles the senses.
Evasive.
Okay, but what's it smell like?
It's a blend of scents that brings out the man.
What's it smell like?
Evasive.
Evasive. It's a delicate taste of odors derived from the delicious mixture of fine fragrances.
All right, come on. What's it smell like? Is it a musk? Is it an aftershave?
Evasive.
Let me answer your question with another question, and that is, what's best for the American people?
What does that have to do with how it smells?
What is the definition of the word smell, anyway?
So you're not going to tell me what it smells like?
You keep asking me what it smells like. Well, I'm trying to answer you, but you won't let me.
My God, you still haven't answered me.
Evasive.
Evasive, the cologne for congressmen.
Evasive, the cologne for congressmen, bottled in Washington, D.C.
Evasive.
Evasive. When you want answers,
we've got questions.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Bob and Tom Show presents Memorable Moments in Presidential History.
American presidents have been immortalized in different ways. Washington had our nation's capital and an entire state named after him. Lincoln appears on the $5 bill as well as the penny. The first President Bush has an airport named after him. Perhaps when it comes to being remembered, no president was more royally screwed than James A. Garfield. All he got was a stupid cartoon cat.
This has been Bob and Tom's Memorable Moments in Presidential History.
There you go.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Sorry to hear that. Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening.
Oh, my gosh.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Happy to be here today.
Oh, man. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
He's in the performance room. There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
There he is. There's Ace Cosby. Yeah. That's right. There's Willie Griswold.
Feeling positive.
I heard you whistling in the hallway. Oh, yeah. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
New hour, Pat. That means new song.
Okay.
Doing a song an hour this morning from the performance room with Pat Godwin. Pat we went back in time a little bit, did a song about the guy that was arrested for castrating a guy who volunteered. He castrated him on his kitchen table or what, in a cabin or something. I just got an update on that. That guy, He's not going to get convicted. None of his victims have the balls to testify.
All right.
See, their balls were cut off, Christy. I thought that would get a much larger laugh. It certainly deserved one. There's someone driving a truck right now chuckling.
You think?
I certainly enjoyed that. Yeah.
Oh, hey, look. Stupid world record. Hundreds of people in Belgium got together to break the Guinness World Record for the most couples eating a single piece of spaghetti simultaneously.
Spaghetti time. Oh, they're doing the Lady and the Tramp thing?
Yes.
I'm going to shove that up your ass.
One more
For most couples eating a single piece of spaghetti simultaneously. I'm confused, but let's read on, shall we?
I think Willie's right. It's you get a piece of spaghetti and two people slurp it in, and then they meet.
All 433 couples, 866 people on the same piece of spaghetti.
No. Each has their own piece of spaghetti, obviously.
Why is that obvious? Well, certainly not from the story. For instance, if you're making ice molds in the refrigerator, if you're making an ice ball, Jeff, how do you get the water in? It's certainly not obvious. Or how about a football?
Mm-hmm.
You make a football, you have to quickly jam the two sides together.
Yeah. Or filling up a Keurig. Is that obvious?
I don't know why my question is obvious and the ones that you ask are incisive. And
It's a fun thing. They've got hundreds of pieces of spaghetti. They're having a good time. It's nice to hear a nice, happy story out of Europe.
The attempt is only valid if the spaghetti does not break between the two participants, meaning they had to kiss.
Ooh. Smoochy.
The single piece also needed to be consumed by both parties within 30 seconds. 433 couples performing an Italian kiss, it says here.
Oh, Italian kiss.
Beating the previous record of 125 pairs.
I thought the Italian kiss is the thing that he did to Fredo.
See, my people, we have a Polish kiss. It's where I jam my kielbasa in your mouth.
Oh, my
God. Yeah, it is. I would imagine.
He didn't even do a slow setup. You just went right for it. You just came out swinging.
Let's do it.
Yeah, when you got a bomb like that, you just throw it out there,
That's
man.
a risky effort, man.
Forget about the Italian kiss. I thought it was the thing where he said to Fredo, I know what you did, Fredo. Wow.
You broke
Polish
my
kiss, huh? The old kielbasa and the keister. Oh, no, that's... I'm sorry, that's sodomy.
You took her up a notch.
Okay. I hope this isn't Floyd, because he's going to go. I'm enjoying your keister show.
Hello, Bob and Tom show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
God, am I glad it's you, Donnie.
You excited about the weekend with the 4th coming up?
Sure.
I figured I'd start off today with a few fireworks safety tips, since I probably know more about fireworks and safety and common sense than anybody I know of.
Really?
Well, remember, they might both be fun, but fireworks and alcohol don't mix. So be smart. Do all your drinking beforehand. Second and foremost, don't be afraid to make some fuse extenders, because last year my idiot cousin Lonnie lost one of his disposable thumbs trying to light a Roman candle in the center carriage. He lost his thumb, a pole barn, and 4 head of cattle. So this year, he's setting them off using the other thumb and my Uncle Sonny's back scratcher. Also, here's a huge public service announcement. After a 2-year delay, I'm finally close to nailing down a venue and a date for my music festival this summer.
Nice.
All right. Oh.
Well, so later this July or maybe August, in the middle of a field in Hooker, Oklahoma, it's going to be Poonapalooza 22.
All right, Poonapalooza.
Poonapalooza, man. You heard of South by Southwest.
Sure.
Well, this is like Mid by Midwest, but with better bands.
Like who?
Sort of like a Coachella's, but fewer douche canoes in the crowd.
I see.
Of course, I'm looking to get the bands everybody's clamoring to hear. We're going to reunite the Turtles with the D.
Nice.
Dirt Knuckles should be headlining the first stage. And then the Mud Falcons will probably close out the second night.
Oh, wow.
But that's it for Christian rock.
Oh, okay.
On the second stage, we got 3 Knuckles Deep, followed by our first festival appearance of the band, Your Horny Stepsister.
Oh, cool.
And, of course, my band, the Pork Pistols, will be closing out the show every night.
All right.
So if you like real rock in a field during the hottest part of the summer in the Oklahoma Panhandle, you ain't going to want to miss Poonapalooza 22. Only someone could let Spandau Ballet's Manners know again for the 5th time. We still ain't interested.
Okay.
I'll step right to the stage. I'm going to go.
Thank you. Hooker, Oklahoma. It's in the Panhandle.
There's really a Hooker?
Yeah, absolutely. Hooker, Oklahoma. Absolutely. Check it out. It's a fun town.
Have you been there?
Oh, T-shirt sales, huge.
Well, really?
Yeah. Spent the night in a Hooker. Yeah, who wouldn't want one of those?
I think it's spent the night in Hooker.
Oh.
You say,
you telling me I got ripped off?
That's sports.
Wait a minute. We're not done with our spaghetti story.
I think we are.
So there's 400 couples, so 800 people. They got 400 pieces of spaghetti, I presume. Yeah. And they have the spaghetti in one mouth and the second mouth, and you slurp it and you smooch, and then you chew, and that's the record.
That's the record.
That's fun. Is there any red sauce or white sauce in there? Was it a garlic pasta, carbonara?
It's probably just the pasta.
Yeah, I think it shows them there's a bunch of tables. They've got wine and champagne. They're having a great time. Shows a nice couple here. Slurping the spaghetti.
Slurping the spaghetti. It sounds like you're being racist for some reason. I don't know.
Slurping the spaghetti.
That guy's a real spaghetti slurper.
Why
You know what I'm
don't
talking
you
about?
Italians go slurp some spaghetti?
Exactly. Doesn't that sound a little bit like
These people are in Belgium.
Whatever.
But they are calling it an Italian kiss. So, isn't there a group called the Pastafarians? Speaking of...
What?
I don't think so.
Yeah, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like some group, and it's like an ironic thing, and I think
didn't they win a court case because they were wearing?
They just don't. They want the churches to be taxed just as much as us. It's not very. It's not very funny to be honest.
Because I saw a picture of a guy who's wearing a colander on his head. I didn't realize it was some political thing. Sorry, just thought it was kind of a funny name, and changed
You
the
are
subject.
on a roll today, my friend.
You just keep stepping in it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's sports, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Finn, would you take over, please?
There she is.
This is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport.
Song an hour out of Godwin.
What? Here's number 2.
Patty, this is number 3.
3?
Yeah. Well, this is the Wheat is
He
a
did the
song.
camp song.
Castration cabin.
Yeah.
You're counting the camp song. Okay.
All right, Pat, what do you got over there?
For stories, I like the one about the whistling.
That was my next story.
Let's do the story then.
A man has been diagnosed with the first known case of whistling scrotum. According to the report, the 72-year-old began having difficulty breathing and heard a hissing sound from his genitals after undergoing surgery to treat inflammation in his testicle.
We need some more information from you before we can fill out this.
He went to the emergency room where a CAT scan of his chest revealed excessive amounts of air trapped in his body, causing his lungs to collapse. Doctors also discovered that the whistling sound came from an opened wound on the man's scrotum that had allowed trapped air to escape.
How does that happen?
Tubes were inserted into the man's chest to get rid of the excess air, and though the man's lungs eventually recovered, the air in his scrotum and abdomen remained trapped for an additional 2 years.
What? Whoa.
Doctors reported they were forced to remove the man's testicles before resolving the problem.
Tommy had a CAT scan.
No.
Oh, no, that's a dog. Hang on.
You fool!
There he is. There's the CAT scan.
They noted that they've only been 60 cases of air becoming trapped in the scrotum, though this was the first known report of a whistling scrotum.
Talk about bagpipes. He's how old? He said 72 years
Yes.
old. I'm surprised his scrotum was close enough for him to hear it at that age. Wow.
You know why his scrotum was whistling, chick, right?
Because it didn't know the word?
Yep.
That's teamwork.
That was great.
It happened to me once.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Wait, your scrotum was whistling?
Yeah, I was. I hung it out the window at 70 miles an hour. Actually, Whistling Scrotum, of course, opened. They opened for Fish this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
great band. Great band. It really sounds like a pub in Scotland, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the Whistling Scrotum, eh? Pat, you got a song about the Whistling Scrotum?
Sitting here icing my sack.
Okay.
On my lap is a cold ice pack.
Yeah.
Doctors and nurses come in, checking out the sounds coming from my scrotum. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They check out my sack and they say, my balls whistle night and day. Oh, they check out my sack and they say, we gotta remove your balls. All right, oh, wait. Before they go, they're gonna sing for us. Help out. One more time.
Take it away, boy.
I need oil on my scrotum sack.
Your eyes were bugging out. It was hysterical.
My slide whistle's stuck. I need to
I don't
trombone
like
oil.
watching your hands move like that together at the same time.
Sorry.
Or blowing. Either one.
I think it's so funny that
That's my papa.
The actual doctors were referring to this as a case of whistling scrotum.
Well, yeah. What
So
would
it's
you
more of
call
a-
it?
It's more of a hissing then.
But it's technically called whistling scrotum.
Whistling scrotum, it sounds like an ingredient in a cookbook for witches. You know? Like the eye of the newt and the whistling scrotum.
Yes.
You talk about putting the brakes on sex. Hey, you want to hit it, baby? Oh, wait a minute. My scrotum's whistling the Andy Griffith Show theme.
That'll be a downer.
That'll kill the mood.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of homemade porn lately. I've been hearing Family Guy in the background. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jeff?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
They
just
need to mute that stuff and
What in
clean your bedroom.
but it's always Family Guy.
What do you mean?
Is it Family Guy turn you on? What's
I
the
don't
deal?
know, but
Is it
it's
the theme song? Or?
No, it's people hanging out at home and they're making home videos with porn.
But in the background,
Yeah.
they have Family Guy on the TV.
That's weird.
And so you just hear Peter and Quagmire and all their adventures and whatever they're doing
Wouldn't
that
that be
day.
distracting if you were... I don't like to have the TV on.
Right.
No.
Wouldn't that also create a copyright problem for the porno producers?
I don't know, but it's so weird because I was watching it and I was looking and I was like, this is hot. But then another part, I was like, oh, I love this episode. This is when they go to the Quahog factory.
You like the...
Homemade
Amateur?
stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I think
That's
everybody
the only
likes it.
stuff I want.
Really?
I want there
Debbie
to be a
Nash.
chance I run into this person at the CVS.
Oh, so this is the old theory of what was that magazine that had the girl
Hustler.
next door?
Instead of the beautifully, perfectly.
Yeah, the Playboy was considered to be
model.
too perfect, but if they had the so-called girl next door,
Right.
the theory being that
You
might-
have a chance.
Yeah, you
Right.
could be Jeff. You could be at the grocery store and
Trina from the Paquette.
And I always loved the photo credit said, by mother.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. That's a true story. That's the other one. What was that called? Where they
Beaver Hunt.
The Beaver Hunt.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Was that Hustler?
there was one lying around the building, and I looked at it, and they had a. How can I describe it?
It's a,
Put it
we
this way,
know.
everything was on display. I think a gynecologist would look at this and go, I've never seen one of those before. But and then it said photo by her mother. Hey, Mom, I'm trying to win the beaver hunt. Can you get the camera?
Thanks, Mom.
What if one of your daughters...
Stop!
Like,
the hell's wrong
would you
with
be
you?
like, no, I'm
Go,
not?
Jeff.
Or would you be like, let's get a good angle?
I would say no way. I would not be involved in that.
Well, you let them have OnlyFans. How do you explain that?
Christy, if they ever need any help, they can always call their Uncle Willie. I'm a helpful guy, and I like to come around and help my
Their
friends.
Uncle
got
Willie and
daughters?
the
What are
Uncle
you
Willie.
talking
You know what I mean?
Now, Pat, didn't one of your uncles have this whistling, what is it called, whistling scrotum thing?
Yes.
He asked you to play Name That Tune with him. You know that uncle.
Oh, Uncle Bad Touch.
Uncle Bad Touch.
You had one of those too?
Oh.
What's coming up in the news, Christy Lee?
Coming up, we have a guy and pleasuring himself outside of Starbucks. You know, the coffee's good, but it's that.
Venti. Oh.
Yeah.
He must have had one good barista.
Yeah, I bet if you're in Florida, you better watch where you blast your music. And tomorrow is World UFO Day.
Oh, and what's the new word they're using?
It's happening.
AAPEs.
They're not calling them UFOs.
They're not
UAP,
flying.
isn't
the
it?
projectiles now.
Yeah, unidentified aerial projectiles. or something.
Probe.
Bingo.
Okay, and we'll update you on Mr. Putin and what he is saying.
No,
Go back
let's
to that.
not.
Can't we,
But
please?
why are you
not?
harping on that story? It's horrible.
It's kind of funny.
There's nothing out
There's
of there.
nothing funny about it.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
I mean, Putin's a jackass, and he likes posing with his shirt off, riding horses like he's some big macho. I mean, this is what's going on over there. This is what this is, a good old-fashioned European dick contest. Been doing it for hundreds of years.
I was losing.
I need to write that down. What was it? A good old-fashioned
European
dick
length
contest. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, dick length. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
They're uncircumcised over there. You know that?
Depends on where you are.
For the most part. Like most of the Beatles, they're all uncircumcised.
What?
Yeah, most European people are uncircumcised.
Right.
It's a very American thing.
The Beatles are uncircumcised?
Yeah. I don't know for
Probably.
a fact. but
Well,
yeah.
I think George Harrison was uncircumcised. I think I read that.
How did that... What trivia book?
What do you mean?
Well,
They
John
know-
is naked on the album
website.
cover.
They know what they had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the 20
I
years.
saw that. I saw that album cover of Yoko naked with John. And did you know that when he saw that, Isaac Newton discovered gravity?
Yeah, it's an unfortunate sort of.
Yikes! Oh, the sagging of the. Ew. Somebody get a depilatory quick. Coming up.
Do you hear anybody else laughing?
No, I'm laughing.
You're out on that ledge by yourself.
I have to reevaluate the Beatles. I had no idea about this uncircumcised thing.
What's wrong with that?
Jimmy Stewart, uncircumcised.
What's wrong with being uncircumcised?
Totally intact.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
Looks like a turtleneck sweater.
How can you smell like cheese, Dave? Long story. When we come back, we'll explore all
Wash
these
your
things.
junk.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Live comedy on the road. Donnie Baker coming up tonight and Saturday night at the Funny Bone in Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, I know you're going to show up to see Donnie Baker. Why wouldn't you? In Appleton, Wisconsin, get ready. Donnie Baker on the road next weekend, Friday, July 8th and Saturday, July 9th at the Skyline Club in Appleton, Wisconsin. That's DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. Rolling through a Friday, Jeff Oskey sitting in for our friend Josh Arnold, who's on assignment. But we're going to have news that we failed to mention coming up this morning with Jeff Oskey and you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. The figurehead of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, who was at the 1969 Rolling Stones concert at Altamont Speedway, has died at the age of 83. Sonny Barger died of liver cancer Wednesday at his home in Livermore, California. Barger was a founding member of the Oakland, California chapter of the Hells Angels. There was some question as to whether the Hells Angels were hired as security for Altamont or were simply encouraged to keep people from the stage in exchange for beer. A Hells Angel fatally stabbed a concert goer who'd pulled a gun on one of their members in an incident caught in the documentary Give Me Shelter. Barger had claimed in his 2000 autobiography that when Keith Richards threatened to stop the show over the violence, Barger stuck a pistol in Richards' side and told him, quote, start playing his guitar or he was dead. That's Barger's story. May he rest in peace. And the Barbie doll is embracing the David Bowie look again. Mattel has created a version of Barbie based on Bowie's look in his Life on Mars video. She's got a modified red haircut, blue eyeshadow, a powder blue suit, a pinstripe shirt, a metallic necktie, and platform shoes. I'm sure you recall the look. The doll sells for $50 at Mattel.com. 3 years ago, you'll recall, Mattel created the Ziggy Stardust version of Barbie. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What was the surprise? The surprise was that I found the original Australian national anthem.
That was it.
Every stage advance for strength.
All right.
Okay.
Afternoon delight.
I'm going to get some coffee. Tom, you look up the definition of surprise. What do you guys?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's time now for the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Baby, let's make love. You know, we haven't been together since the start of the new millennium.
Well, technically, the new millennium doesn't start until January 1st, 2001. Yeah, obviously, there was no year zero, so
Okay, whatever, but come on, baby. I want to try this kinky thing I read about using warm vegetables. I've got carrots, potatoes, and your favorite, tomatoes.
You know, that's kind of a common mistake. The tomato actually is a fruit, not a vegetable. Interestingly enough, the tomato is in the same family as the poisonous nightshade plant. And
Listen, don't talk. Just come to bed. I'll tell you what, I'll give you.
you know, it's odd that people call it that. There's actually no blowing involved. You know, the term probably originated.
Forget it. I'm out of here. You can go yourself.
You know, technically, that's not possible. This has been the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's time for Oliver's Cliff Notes Hits of the 70s. This week, Timothy by The Boys from May 1971. Now here's your host, Oliver Lang.
Okay, let's see. The lyrics are kind of hard to understand here. I'm just reading them off the album cover. 3 guys are trapped in a mine. Let's see, Joe was looking at Tim. Oh, what the f***? They ate him! Oh, my God! Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
This has been Oliver's Cliff Notes Hits of the 70s.
Okay.
Some great music getting ready for that huge show coming to Lucas.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Turn your mic on there.
I'm not in charge of it.
It's unbelievable.
Thanks, Ace.
You weren't here.
He's right there.
He's right there.
He wasn't when I turned the mics on.
That's right. You're either here and he takes attendance, or you're like,
my bad. I'm sorry.
He showered and everything for the show.
If you work from it's never his fault. If you work from that angle, you'll be much happier. I'm telling you.
Yes,
There's Willie Griswold.
A thankless job
There's
Jeff is doing.
Ace Cosby. I'm Chick, and there's Tom.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you for showering this morning.
You're welcome.
You do a nice job. We're looking forward to the feature known as News We Failed to Mention.
Yeah, I got to look at it. I wouldn't look that forward to it.
Okay.
Dear gang, I heard Tom discussing feeding his dogs green beans. Thought I'd pass this along. My vet recommended using frozen green beans. It helps satisfy the dog's need to chew and helps clean their teeth, too.
Oh, that's interesting.
there you go.
I've been giving my dogs green beans for 30 years.
And my dogs absolutely love them.
Yeah, they do.
Well, not
love
the same dog for 30 years.
No.
Well, of course not.
And dear Tom, I'm wondering if you all are hiring. Your personal time off policy must be amazing.
It's pretty good.
It is.
Josh only works 1 week a month. Cool. On a side note, welcome back, Jeff. Glad
Thank
to
you,
see
sir.
Yeah. In all truth, Josh Arnold is not even approaching Godwin numbers. Let's face it. I mean, come on. Yeah, those are some serious numbers. Pat, you sang a nice song about this guy who
the testicles
was convicted of some other gents volunteered to have their testicles cut off. And he was charged with illegal castration as opposed to the legal kind. But a lot of nutcases. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say nutcases.
No, you
in
shouldn't.
This case. But yeah, kind of disturbing. But I got this nice letter from Robert. He writes, "You don't need a nut in a remote cabin to have your balls removed. I had mine removed in Livingston County Divorce Court." Thank you. Nice note there.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then, Christy, can you describe the case we had of the medical case of the whistling scrotum? Do you remember what it was?
How could I forget? A man was diagnosed with a whistling scrotum. He apparently had a problem with air in his body. His lungs had collapsed, and the whistling sound also came from an open wound that was in his scrotum. For 2 years, it was making this sound.
It reminded me of this famous scene from the movie To Have and Have Not with Lauren Bacall. Remember this?
No one does.
No one
remembers this. Yeah. This is you never heard this?
Of course not.
No. Here it comes. She's going out the door.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
Ooh, sexy time.
Whoa.
You know how to whistle, Steve. You put your lips together and blow.
Is that a movie from 1948?
Possibly.
Not that
black and
current.
white. It's a classic. Bogart and Bacall. Come on. I think it's nice to know that in that scene, the whistling did not involve anybody's scrotum, I would hope. Just trying to cite the classics. Christy Lee's at the news desk. What else is happening over there?
Well, a Florida pastor is in trouble. He was arrested after allegedly exposing himself and masturbating outside a Starbucks. Eugenio Dali Muniz Colon, 39, was taken into custody.
The last name is Colon?
I knew that's why we're doing it.
He's going to get muffled in prison.
Was taken into custody Monday, charged with exposure of sexual organs. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office said Muniz Colon is a pastor in Kissimmee.
His Colon isn't the pastor.
Muniz.
He is.
Muniz Colon, a pastor in Kissimmee and teaches online ministry classes. Wow, great.
Would you like creams? No, I brought my own.
Yeah. I'm just glad he's touching himself.
Whoa.
He's a pastor.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Jim.
Also in Florida, they're saying a woman brought her infant grandchild along with a stash of drugs to a recent prison visit. Guards at the DeSoto Correctional Institution discovered nearly 3.5 ounces of cocaine and heroin on the 44-year-old during the jail's check-in process.
That's what Karen did for Henry when he was in jail.
After the woman was taken into custody, a canine named Liberty conducted a free air sniff of her car where an additional 24 ounces of cocaine and heroin were found.
Well, at least she didn't leave the baby in the car.
The woman was charged with trafficking in heroin and cocaine, introduction of contraband into a correctional facility, child abuse, neglect, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Baby's been blabbering for 3 days. Blah, 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 blah.
When I first read it,
The baby was turned over to the
I
Florida
thought she had
Department.
smuggled the baby and the drugs in.
I thought that too.
That had to hurt.
I saw that exact same thing. I thought, why did she smuggle a baby in?
Oh, that's
How?
pretty awful, isn't it?
It's very awful.
How about a happy story?
Well, wait a minute. I still want to stay in Florida for one story.
All right. Okay.
If you live in Florida, it might be time to turn the volume down. A new state law makes blasting music in your car a punishable offense. According to NBC Miami, the new law goes into effect today. It allows officers to ticket those playing music audible from a minimum 25-foot distance.
What?
The regulation becomes stricter within proximity to churches, schools, and hospitals.
This is insane.
Well, I think we all have experienced that. You pull up next to a truck or a car, and they're playing this. Hey,
Just some guy just rocking.
hey! I want to hear some hip hop. Damn it!
I would bet that we're the only one on Earth playing that particular piece of music.
I think
bet you're right.
I think you're more likely to hear, right?
Or rock and roll.
Yeah, I suppose. But
or something good.
I wish they had this at my child's pickup line at the school he goes to. Some of the parents a little loud with their music, playing some not like WAP that's not the time to blast your Nicki Minaj or your but they do. They don't think twice.
But I have a question. So if they can arrest you for blasting your music, what if the music is this? I mean, is it important to be able to hear the ice cream truck?
I hate the ice cream truck.
Why do you hate the ice cream truck?
Because I lived in a bad neighborhood. The ice cream truck runs 24 hours a day playing that music. You didn't have that problem. You don't have ice cream trucks in the neighborhood you grow up in.
They couldn't get past the gate.
Yeah. There's no money to be made in your neighborhood. You guys already have ice cream in the freezer. So they stay away from your neighborhood.
Dude, we got Ben and Jerry's. We got Brayers.
Everybody got ice cream.
Oh, we have whipped cream that you can put on top if you'd like.
I loved the ice cream truck when I was a kid. Uncle Marty.
What?
Wait a minute. Hold it.
Did you have an uncle just like Pat had an uncle?
It was called Uncle Marty.
He really was named Uncle Marty.
The Uncle Marty ice cream truck, yeah.
Good night.
Hey, it's your Uncle Marty. You know it, don't you?
You like flexicles?
He wasn't like the creepy whistling scrotum.
Now let your Uncle Marty show you how to take that bomb.
Uncle Marty used to eat the bars just like you, but now Uncle Marty can only have the soft serve.
Let me show you how you lick that.
Uncle Marty has the sugar.
Did you have ice cream truck in your neighborhood, Chick?
Mr. Softy.
Yeah, we had Mr. Softy.
That was me.
No, weren't you married to Mr. Softy?
No, I never had that problem.
Okay,
Uncle Marty has that problem.
A buddy of mine, his brother ran the Mr. Softy truck, and that was a magical summer. We just stand by and heckle everybody that would come up and just eat ice cream till we couldn't see.
You were the ice cream truck bullies.
That's right.
I just feel bad for the guys driving the Mr. Softy truck because you know they're going to get home, and I know I had a long day at work. Mr. Softy. Okay. Oh, I know, sweetie. Okay. Well, in any event, so you can't blast your music in is it Miami? You say?
Yes,
Florida.
Miami.
Okay, so. If you're an old person and has bad hearing, they're going to pull you over because you're playing Lawrence Welk too loud.
I don't think that's the problem.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Christy Lee. What have you got for the teaser?
Oh, well, we have a time traveler in the news today. We have news out of Yellowstone, including another goring.
What's the matter? You yella?
No, this is horrible.
Have you seen the goring?
Yeah.
The latest goring?
Yeah.
It's haunting.
Yeah.
There have been, 3 of them in the last 2 weeks?
No, 2 in 3 days.
The bison gores this guy and flips him off like he's clearing his throat. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Don't get close to bison.
No.
Okay. Well, we'll find out about that. And also, we have it's raining anchovies in San Francisco. Really?
Yeah.
For real. We'll find out what that's all about. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
All right,
Christy.
My favorite movie.
Okay. Is it Roadhouse? Did we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's
not
the movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie.
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say
the hell.
Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
Curvy cleavage on display.
this is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
No talent. That's my cue. I'm Mark Allison. Good morning. Hope you're having a great Friday. It is a gift you can give that someone can open every day. You need something special for someone special, and you need it quick. How about giving them total access to the entire Bob and Tom library? You heard me. It's the Bob and Tom VIP membership. You can find out more at the link at the top of our website, bobandtom.com. That's where you head for all of our information, news about this great morning show, plus lots of videos you can click on. Pat Godwin singing songs. And don't forget about the Bob and Tom Show puppets. Smack Tom is the latest. You can check that out all at bobandtom.com. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner set to go on trial in a Moscow area court. Griner arrested on cannabis possession charges at an airport while traveling to play for a Russian team. The proceedings are set to get underway later today, 4.5 months after she was detained. The Phoenix Mercury Center and two-time U.S. Olympic gold medalist could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted of large-scale transportation of drugs. Fewer than 1% of defendants in Russians' criminal cases are acquitted, and unlike in the U.S., acquittals can be overturned. Summer travel underway across the globe, but a full recovery from 2 years of coronavirus could last as long as the pandemic itself. 11 countries this month show the most passionate travelers are thronging the locales like the French Riviera, Amsterdam, and the American Midwest. But even as safety restrictions fall, places like Israel, India, and Rome reporting only fractions of the record-setting tourism back in 2019. For them, a full recovery isn't forecast until at least 2024. China, one of the world's biggest source of tourists, remains closed per its zero COVID policy. That's holding down the rebound for many countries. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
The next time you serve your lady friend a little bit of cognac, give her the, baby, here's your yak, don't talk back.
I think we would be more successful if we would teach you Old West speak.
Al, please do, baby. Here's your yak. Don't talk back. We just have to hear how it goes.
Yeah,
baby. Here's your yak. Don't talk back.
And how would your baby respond, do you think?
Be like, I don't feel well. I'm going to call another man.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio. Jim is a veteran comedian and actor, famous for a couple of oddball appearances on Sex and the City.
But I am an actor and a comedian, but I'll tell you guys, I wish I was a film director just in everyday life. So when someone was telling me a boring story, I could just go, and cut. I didn't finish. We got it. That's a wrap. And cut. When you think about it, that would come in handy. You come home late, your wife's like, where the hell were you? And cut. All right, let's try it again. This time you don't care where I was. In fact, you're happy to see me. Let's try a topless. Action.
Another actor who wants to direct.
We'll be using that one. Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Place go, hey, a lot of parking here. Wonder why.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
Hello, friends.
There's Willie Griswold.
Oh. He turned it off.
I'm Chick McGee, and there's...
I had to take my meds. I wanted to turn. It was getting shaky over here.
There's Tom Griswold. Hi, Tom. Got a special
Casino.
guest.
I'm counting beards in here. Let's see. 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. Okay. We're in a 3-beard room right now.
Very good, Tom.
We got Chick McGee. Very nice beard. Then we've got Jeff Oskey with the...
You know, I don't mind that you act insane around us.
Yeah.
But could you turn it down a notch when we have a guest in the studio? Is that a possibility?
when company comes over.
Sorry,
nice.
Company. Oh, I forgot. Pat's got a beard in the next room.
A little bit of a beard.
Son of a bitch.
And then, I mean, look at this. Jeff Oskey. He's got it's like just a junior Santa Claus.
That's all right.
Put on 200 pounds and 20 years you're going to look just like Santa. But we have another beard that has just entered the room. He is comedian Colin Chamberlain. Never met you, Colin. Don't know anything about you. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I just walked in. You should lock the doors. You really should. They should do something about security here. It's getting bad. Yeah.
It's good to see you. And before we find out everything about your personal life, got a couple letters here. And one of them I can really relate to. This comes to us from a guy named Todd. He goes,
hey, Todd.
As a Boy Scout, we did paper drives. We'd cruise around in the back of an open truck and take all the old newspapers from houses to be recycled. Mm-hmm. The best things we got were the random porno magazines we'd get.
Oh, God.
You can imagine men of a certain age, Boy Scouts, getting piles of hustlers and swanks.
Oh, my gosh.
We always had enough to split up at the end of the day. Wow. Thank you. Listening in Fort Myers. And thank you for the letter, Todd. Yeah, we had the paper drive, too. And it was a real honor because you'd get to...
It was a real honor, Willie.
No, I'm telling you. We loved it because when they did the paper drive, they would park the van in the parking lot at Mercer School, and everyone would bring their newspapers.
Sure.
But you'd get the day off. You wouldn't have to go to school. You'd be out there all day doing the paper drive.
Ah.
And
What did they do with the papers?
They recycled them.
Oh,
newspapers,
really?
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, now this way, they're going to throw them your iPhone. I mean, there's, but there was a time, and
a brief shining time.
It was fun, and because we'd make little forts in back of the thing, and thank our lucky stars that we weren't sitting in math class.
Yeah, and learn about the wonders of spontaneous combustion. Yeah.
Oh no, we'd learn about the wonders of swank.
People would bring those to the paper drive.
If you were lucky, there'd be some
papers being collected by
the
children.
Boy Scouts. They're going to drop off their porn.
Oh, I'm just saying. I had the exact same experience you did, Todd. Thank you for bringing back that happy memory. Can we talk to our guest? I'm sorry. So, Colin, you like porn?
From what I hear, they're doing a lot of new stuff now. You know, they're doing a lot of crazy stuff, and I've dabbled. I've certainly.
Are you? I don't know anything about you. Let me see your hand. You're a single guy.
Single guy, yeah. Dating on the apps and stuff like that.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's been on a dating app recently. It's pretty sad.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good place to find love, I would say that, But it's fun. It's fun. You meet a lot of interesting people. recently went on a date with a woman and went back to her apartment and woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning to find a bat flying around her bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know.
Was it her bat? Was it supposed to be?
Dude, I'm not kidding. My first thought, I woke up, I was like, I'm dating a vampire. Like, I don't, like, she didn't touch the garlic bread at dinner. She said she was keto. I don't know if I believe any of that, you know? Like, I'm not sure, but I had to call, I'm sure your listeners will not get this at all, but I had to call pest control. I've never dealt with a live animal before, and they were like, yeah, we have to get you an estimate. It's like, we're not putting tile in the bathroom, you know, just like, what does the chart say? Bat, quantity 1. That's the price, you know, like it's charge me per wing. I don't care what you do. But yeah, it was, and then someone comes over and there's like a knock at the door and you think like it's going to be like the Ghostbusters. Like you think there's going to be all this equipment. It's just a guy in gym shorts holding a trash bag.
Yeah.
I was like, did you skateboard here after a shift at a vape shop? Like what's going on, you know? Yeah, he goes like, sup, bro? Like he comes in, I was not kidding. He catches the bat in like 5 seconds. Which I did feel like maybe like the bat knew him, you know what I mean, like from another job. And then as he's leaving, he goes, "Someone will be around next week for the rest of them." This is 100% true.
Oh
yeah. He goes, "Someone will be around next week for the rest of them. Have a good night." I don't even know how this ends because I left with that guy. I was like, I'm not.
You very rarely have only one bat in a house.
Yeah.
It's usually an infestation. Yeah, when you see one.
Yeah. So there was no date 2.
We had one at the cottage. I remember up in Michigan, and our friend Bob Kingsley came over, and he got it with a jar and a banana.
What?
He held it. It was in the corner of the room.
Did he just bring the banana over to kind of show off?
I don't know. That was just a snack. He's like, just in case this goes away, I might be hungry.
He's now a very distinguished physician.
We had to call Trapper Jackson.
Sure.
We had raccoons in the ceiling back here. Remember that? They were urinating everywhere. And
this all started with the dating apps. Now, Pat, I know you've been using the dating apps. What do you call them?
Well, in the morning, I check the traps. That's what I call it.
I see. And now, our guest, Colin Chamberlain, using the dating apps, can I ask which one was like only farmers, or what is it, fish only?
Farmers only?
Farmers only, plenty of fish. Haven't dabbled in those. Hinge is the big one right
Hinge is the one now.
Hinge is one that, but I don't like it. I think, if you're not familiar, Hinge is an app where you have to fill out all these writing prompts before you can. So I don't know what sadist English teacher thought that was a good idea to be like, hey, not only are you lonely, but now you have homework. So write 4 paragraphs on why Rush Hour 2 is your favorite movie. You know? Wow. Does it go well?
And what is the Bumble?
Yeah.
Bumble,
that was the big one a couple years ago, right? And
They rotate.
What was the big secret to that when there was some twist?
Bumble is the woman has to reach out first.
Okay, because
not a lot of success. Not a lot of success on there. Yeah. When you have a picture of you in a trash bag with a bat in it.
I love bats.
Colin Chamberlain is our guest.
They're good for you.
They're good for the environment. They eat mosquitoes.
Are they?
My Twitter friend Christy gave me a bat house for my birthday. I'm so excited to put it up.
Yeah, the bat house goes outside, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it's...
They both sound like insane people.
You got a bat house for your birthday?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Best birthday ever.
It's a tough birthday.
Bat B&B.
I'm going to send you a card next year, and you're going to be like, wow, this is so nice. I can't send you like a Speedway gift card or something. You're going to love it.
Now.
Well, okay. Well, we'll move forward here. We'll grab some more news from Christy Lee.
A man from Virginia told a Westmoreland County judge...
The Virginian.
He's actually from Virginia Beach, that he committed a series of crimes because he believed he was a time traveler.
Cool.
Oh, great.
Mr. Thomas W. Lee stole a Nissan Altima after its occupant left the vehicle to enter a local pizza shop.
I knew that was going to happen.
Did you?
Oh,
because you're a time traveler.
Yeah, right.
How often do you do that?
Leave your car running?
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
Hardly ever.
And go inside?
It was really hot. I figured, what the hell? They can have the car. I'm boiling. I'm not coming back to this thing all hot.
Tom has a nice car. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You are.
Let me know next time you do that where you're at.
Right. Wow.
You didn't really do that.
Yeah.
Turn your car off, you lunatic.
Went into the nutrition hub, got a couple of iced teas, walked outside. Car was still there.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It was boiling. Check local listings.
Fast forward to a couple weeks from now. Well, I don't know what I did wrong. Someone stole my car. I don't know, it's almost like I left the keys in a room.
The Suburban. And,
You can't trust people anymore.
That
I don't know
neighborhood,
what's wrong
too,
with
that's a little...
Really?
Yes.
Dicey?
Yes.
Whoops.
I mean, it's not dicey. It's just a high school. There's just kids running around
there's
everywhere.
people everywhere.
Do you know how
Damn
fun a
kids.
Range Rover looks when you're 16? I'm going to go do laps on 465 like it's the Indy 500.
Oh, yeah.
Police pursued this vehicle at speeds at over 100 miles per hour before Mr. Lee ran over a spike strip that deflated his tires. During a recent court hearing, Mr. Lee told the judge, quote, I stole a car because I was tired of walking. I thought I was a time traveler because I was on drugs.
Of course.
He added, I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I was just trying to save my son. The 39-year-old pleaded no contest to 24 charges, including aggravated assault with a vehicle, drunken driving, and fleeing police.
I heard he broke the flux capacitor on that Datsun.
Damn it, Marty.
I just rewatched the first Back to the Future. It really holds up.
Yeah?
It's really funny.
Did you watch it with the kids?
No.
Oh.
I had some downtime, watched Back to the Future. I'd forgotten how good it was.
Would you say it stands the test of time?
It does.
Hey!
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Good night.
Oh, good night,
And the words of Sammy Hagar, only time will tell if we'll stand the test of time. That's an actual lyric. But, yeah,
Hey, just think how funny all that would have been with you wearing your Raycon earbuds. Wouldn't that have been fun?
Sure.
Hey, you would have been able to hear it a lot better.
That's right. And with Raycon earbuds, plus this time of year, the weather's perfect for getting outdoors. Longer days, less to do. Possibilities are, and the world is your oyster. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation and awareness mode. You can choose to be immersed or tune into your surroundings. And when you're traveling or a grueling workout, possibly, the optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit that fit every ear ever made. They do not budge. And you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and you get all this for half the price of other premium audio brands. No wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds are over 49,000 five-star reviews. And right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Right now, 15% off your Raycons. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Thank you very much. The Raycons are the best, and they're about half the price, so be sure to check them out. Buyraycon.com/Tom. When we come back, we'll speak with our guest comedian, Colin Chamberlain. We'll find out what's going on else in the world with Colin. You're on the dating apps.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new one on Pat? There's that new one.
What new one?
It's for lumberjacks. It's called Timber.
I hadn't heard of it.
Silly.
Very small.
So silly.
A small group of.
Hey, you might be joking, but in a week, that's going to be a thing. Yeah, 100%.
You talk about things we joke about. We were joking 25 years ago about hot dog water, and that's now it's like the new White Claw. There's a hot dog water fortified liquid out there in the can. We'll find out about all these things coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rolling through this Friday. Hey, Rabbit, July 1st, 2022. We've made it halfway through this year already. Can you believe it? Things are speeding up. It's just crazy, right? But at least we're kind of rolling out of the pandemic. Things are much different than they were 2 years ago, as we all recall. So we're glad you were with us the whole time. We're glad you're with us today. Certainly, Jeff Oskey and the news we failed to mention on the way. And don't forget about Bob and Tom tonight, the video webcast of highlights from today's show tonight. Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Check out bobandtom.com for more details. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Why wouldn't you be?
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. Kentanya Brown Jackson has been sworn into the Supreme Court, shattering a glass ceiling as the first black woman on the nation's highest court. The 51-year-old jurist is the court's 116th justice, and she took the place of the justice she once worked for. Justice Stephen Breyer's retirement was effective at noon. Yellowstone National Park will reopen to the public just in time for the 4th of July holiday weekend. The flood-damaged North Loop will reopen tomorrow. Flooding 2 weeks ago closed America's first national park and forced 10,000 visitors to leave as water, rocks, and mud washed out roads and bridges. The entire park was closed from June 14th to June 21st due to the historic flooding. And if you're heading out this holiday weekend, looks like you're not alone. Summer travel underway across the globe, and it's rebounding following the pandemic. In 11 countries this month, an interview shows that most passionate travelers are going to locales like the French Riviera, Amsterdam, and the American Midwest. But even as safety restrictions fall, places like Israel, India, and Rome are reporting only fractions of the record-setting tourism of 2019. For them, a full recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic isn't forecast until at least 2024. No matter where you're headed, happy holiday. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside, 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
It's time again for 3 Questions with.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Phil Mondor, and welcome to America's most concise interview show, 3 Questions with, the exciting, fast-paced interview show where we ask 3 pertinent questions to today's biggest newsmakers. My guest today is presidential hopeful Ralph Nader. Welcome to the show, Mr. Nader. I see that you're sitting and ready to go forward with the interview. Are you comfortable, sir?
Yes. Thank you, Phil.
Didn't have any problems finding the studio, did you?
No problems at all, Phil.
Good. So, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
This has been 3 Questions with. Join us next week for 3 Questions with Osama bin Laden. That's it. 3 questions.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Was he a good dad?
I don't know. My dad grew up like pre-Oprah Winfrey, so he's like an old school guy. He doesn't know how to like be like, look, son, I love you. You're not doing well in school. Let's work this out.
Right.
Instead, I'd be watching TV, and this is why he would convey that thought. He'd just come walking in and just go, study! and then he would walk out. Like, that was going to motivate me. Like, oh, gee, you know, Dad, I never looked at it that way.
Never thought of it that way.
Let me,
Ding, the bell goes off over your head.
No, he was hilarious.
Oh, study!
See, now if
He used to try to train the dog like that. We got this dog. He was like trying to teach him how to sit, and it's like he's starting off calm. Like the first few minutes, he'd just be going, all right, sit. Come on, sit. Sit down. And like literally 5 minutes later, he's just like, you're going to get over there. You're going to sit down. The dog's literally like, you know, walking in circles, peeing on the rug. Like, okay, I don't know what you want, but I know I'm not doing it.
Jeff Jenna is our guest.
I don't know if you remember this. A lot of people were mad at the Mattel toy company because Teen Talk Barbie, one of the 200 things Teen Talk Barbie said was, math class is hard.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody, young women won't want to take math classes. And I'm just thinking, no, that's stupid. What, are American women that easily influenced? Are they? No, I don't think so. Because if they are, I think Teen Talk Barbie should say things like, sex is fun. I work hard and give my husband my paycheck.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Jeff Oskey's here. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
We're owed 2 things, I think. Don't you owe us a song this hour, Pat?
I have one more to do, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
One more.
Three
We have
down.
2 hours.
Three
down.
2 hours.
No, we're doing one each
One was
hour.
effective.
It's one song, Pat.
It takes a lot out of me, chick.
Now, we're owed a couple things. We also have a guest in the studio, so try to behave, everybody. Colin Chamberlain, handsome young man, looking for love out there beating the bushes, looking for the ladies.
There's no bushes anymore.
And, it's hard to find the bushes, I guess, in today's world, fortunately. But there's one other thing that we're owed, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
My buddy, he's a big Star Wars fan.
Really?
And he got a Star Wars tattoo on his face.
Wow.
You should have seen the look on his face.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Luke, you get it?
I got it.
Yeah, we got it.
I thought it was okay.
There's too much face. Like, you needed something else.
As a rule, if someone breaks in and goes, "You get it?" at the end.
Okay,
Not for
Christy.
me.
Tom?
Did you see? You just did the story about the guy that told the judge that he was a time traveler.
Sure, Mr. Thomas W. Lee.
Lean over, look at the picture. See him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bet he wishes he could go back in time and have that neck tattoo removed. Yikes.
Hey, be nice.
No.
I give a neck tattoo. I
You
can't.
know I do. I have my astrological sign on the back of my neck.
Yeah, he
'cause
does.
At one time, I was a teen unwed mother of 3. So I went and got my astrological sign
Colin
on the
Chamberlain,
back of my neck.
handsome young man. What are you? How old are you?
29.
Okay, good. You have any tattoos?
I know tattoos, but it's because I fear commitment and I have a low threshold for pain.
Okay. Solid, cool. Solid logic. Currently no girlfriend, I understand.
No, very single. But, I have a dog, so I think
good.
that's
What kind?
important. I have a mini golden doodle.
Welcome
I
to the
just
club.
heard eyes roll across the country.
I have
We're
doodles,
all
2 of
golden
them.
doodle people here.
We all have golden doodles.
I used to. I'm a golden retriever guy now that I'm
Yes.
now that I'm an adult.
I too have a golden retriever. Yes, that's the only way to dog.
But you got a mini?
Yeah, I got a mini because I have an apartment in New York. I don't need a big dog, but people don't like. I mean, people think the dog is cute, but where you have to get these dogs, right? People don't like that. People don't like you have to get them from a breeder.
Right.
So, little life hack for you people that have these dogs: just lie and tell them it's a rescue. And then people were shocked. They're like, "That dog is a rescue?" I was like, "Yeah, I know. You never see those at the shelter." They're like, "Never at the shelter." It must have been my lucky day.
All right. What's your dog's name?
Elmer. E-L-M-E-R.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Named after my grandfather.
I can't believe you're saying this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I just purchased a dog last week. We don't have him or her yet. It's
being flown in from Australia.
There's some trouble with customs.
Another rescue? Yeah.
Rescuing it from the airport when he gets hurt. But but we're trying to name the dog. So my little girls, I have believe it or not, a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old among many others.
Including Willie.
Willie named one of my favorite dogs. Figsy was like the greatest dog ever.
Figaro was good.
What a great dog. Because Willie would always be in the back of the car doing that thing from Figaro, 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 Figaro.
Yeah, that was cute when he was young.
Yeah.
But
Would you shut up, chick? I had it with you.
He did that the whole way to Jonesboro, too.
You too. That's 2, Oscar.
So anyway, we're trying to decide what to name the dog, and this is tough.
You don't know if you're getting a boy or a girl?
No. The dogs are going to be born, and I forget the date, but then you decide. So the point is,
Wait, you bought a dog that's not even alive yet?
That's correct. Yeah, that's how it works.
You're getting dogs pre-sale now?
I had to put a down payment on my dog like it was an apartment. I had 8 months before it was born, I had to put a deposit.
You know what?
in.
I'm with the rescuers. This is immoral, what you're doing.
So
this is insane.
The point is, one of the names if it's a boy dog is Walter.
That's a good one.
Which is Kelly's grandfather. And so I asked her mom, I said, "Are you going to be offended if we name this dog after your dad?" And she said it was okay. So that may be the dog's name if it's a boy dog.
Hey, Wally.
Yeah, Walter.
Yeah.
I love you. Don't you love it when someone has a dog with a people name?
I love it.
Have you seen Dave?
Yeah.
this dog walks.
My grandfather's name is
Frankie.
My grandfather's name is Elmer, and I told my mom I don't have any kids. The outlook isn't good right now for kids. And if I have kids, I'm not going to name my son Elmer. I'm not going to send him to the playground to die.
Sure.
So for a dog, it's cute.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Did you notice what's on his shirt? He's wearing Tim's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what
We
that
taught
means.
you that yesterday.
We taught you. We learned it yesterday.
It's
a shoe.
It's a Timberland,
A Timberland.
boot, but it's on a shirt.
Yeah.
Very hip.
Yeah.
The New York guys.
I did buy this at a TJ Maxx. It was a
on sale,
colored
or was-
ticket.
was it a
yeah.
is that a
yeah.
rescue shirt?
It was my day. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
it
a
came
rescue.
with the dog. Yeah. Yeah.
No, Tom just learned the term Tim's yesterday. so
I'm not a
that's
shoe.
why-
I'm not a. I'm surrounded by shoe people. I couldn't care
That's
less.
not why you didn't know
No,
Tim's.
that has nothing
not a
to do
shoe
with
thing.
it.
It's a culture thing.
It's a hip thing.
I'm not hip to much culture either. So.
What year is it? Tell him, what year do you think it is?
1963. Pre-November, when
Right.
President Kennedy was still alive.
Must have been
Yes.
crazy stealing that car the other day, huh? It was pretty nuts for you trying to steal that
Nice
car.
callback, Mr. Time Traveler.
Yeah. Well, did you notice I threw in Datsun instead of Nissan?
Yeah, I did notice that, and I was going to correct you, but then I
No,
thought,
I did it on purpose once again.
Why?
Because of the good old days, before there were
But
cell
they're
phones.
Nissan Altimas. They're not Datsun Altimas. In fact, the Nissan Altima was just 1992, I think, was the first one.
Yesterday, I thought I was time traveling. I was going up the hill right here, and a guy came down the other way in my exact car,
The 280?
the 280Z, and I thought, oh my God, I wonder if that's my old one.
Who's
Oh.
to say that it wasn't you coming right at you?
I know.
Could have been.
That was the best car ever.
Quantum physics, my friend.
But that was a Datsun 280Z before.
Yes.
Now they now make the Nissan makes a very nice version of that now.
And Chick, that was not the first time that he was in his own way.
God, no. He wakes up and goes, so he's in his own way.
Now, Pat, are you ready with your new song?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, did you have one in mind?
Well, there's one that goes with the story, or you
well,
could pick
you got to give me a hint there, buddy.
How about the skunk with the can on its head?
All right.
Oh, okay. This is a sad story.
Skunk in a can.
Animal control officers in Nebraska were called to help an unusually skunked beer. Lincoln Animal Control posted a video of a skunk wandering around with a beer can stuck over its head. Officers can be seen covering the animal with a towel before prying the beer can off. Following the successful conclusion of what the agency called Operation Drunk as a Skunk, officials reminded residents to dispose of their garbage responsibly in order to not potentially harm wildlife.
Oh, no. Have you seen this picture?
It's sad. Don't look.
This poor little skunk. He can't see where he's going.
Skunks are so cute.
He's got this giant,
it's a skunk
covering its face.
I have a friend that's got 2 skunks. They're so cute
Do
as
they,
a pet.
They take off these stinky
Yeah,
sacks?
they take out the stinky parts.
Is it true that if you get sprayed, you're supposed to bathe in tomato juice?
Yep,
Is
that's what
that's
they
real?
say. Mm-hmm.
You have a tribute to a skunk with a beer can?
Poor little skunk late last night. Got a beer can on his head and it's stuck on tight. He couldn't help but drink up all that beer. Now he's stumbling in the road and he's hitting on a deer. You got your drunk skunk with the beer can on his head. Drunk skunk with the beer can on his head. There you go. He's in the middle of the road, gonna wind up dead. Yeah, drunk and stinking to high heaven. There you go. Low hanging fruit.
Little tribute.
Tiny little one.
Little tribute to the dead skunk in the middle of the road.
Bye.
I have no idea.
Loud Wainwright the third.
That's right, the third. A lot of people say the second, but no, it's
They're
not.
wrong.
Is that the one that was with Renee Zellweger for years?
No, that's
No, he was
that's
married
his
to one
son,
of the sisters,
Rufus.
from one of the Canadian
Rufus
sisters. For whose name?
McGarnagle.
McGarnagle, bro. McGarnagle.
So that's the older one.
Yes.
Yeah, he's great. He's in the studio with us.
He
got a bunch-
was?
yeah. He did Dead Skunk in the middle of the road right here in the studio.
Well, he has to. That's his
Hey,
hit.
speaking of songs from the studio, do you want to hear a real quick one? This is in honor of the 4th of July from little Timmy Kavanaugh, who, by the way, is doing just fine. He had a couple medical issues, but he's back, and he's hotter than ever.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Tim Kavanaugh, and, well, you'll see.
He gave 2 thumbs up, like Roger Ebert, 2 thumbs up. On Independence Day, in an accident at our backyard fireworks display, my dad gave 2 thumbs up. Man, I'm hoping that his luck will be better next time. Have a safe 4th of July. 4th of July now. Would you mind stop snapping your fingers? It makes my dad jealous.
Ooh. That's Tim Kavanaugh and the Cavanettes. Yeah. Don't snap your fingers. Can you snap your fingers, Christy?
That's not bad.
Now, can you anybody do the Three Stooges thing?
What's the Three Stooges thing?
Oh, Josh, the best.
Like the dip thing?
There you go. That's it. That's it. No, that's it. You got to get it really good. You got to mic him right.
Oh, jeez.
That's the best joke
So you
ever.
asked for it, and then you complain because we're not doing it.
I was trying to think. I thought you could do it. It is Josh. And Josh isn't here.
Sorry, I'm a letdown.
No, you're not.
Snap.
It's okay, dude. It's okay. We're used to you letting us down.
As I understand it, if I look at the schedule, you can ask Josh to do it 3 weeks from next Wednesday.
He'll be back in. Okay.
He will be here for one day only.
Oh, okay.
All
right. Our guest is young Colin Chamberlain, handsome young comedian.
Thank you.
Based in New York City, and currently looking for love.
Yeah.
And did you ever get lucky after one of these shows?
Yeah, sometimes they don't charge me full price for what I order. It's always a good night. When they're like, you had 6 chicken fingers, just give us like $5. You know?
Any hell gigs? You ever play the clubs that maybe are on the downside of?
Yeah, I've had some horrible shows. I started a podcast a couple years ago called Hell Gigs because I thought that was the best part of talking to comedians, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, I want to know what your worst show was. And without a doubt, my worst one, and you can if you're in entertainment, you know, like when you're first trying to cut your teeth, you're just taking whatever you can get, you know? So a friend of my dad calls and he goes, I heard you're doing comedy. I'd like to book you for a private event. I'm like, yes, I'm in. He goes, what's your rate? I said $50. Like an idiot, you know? And now I know the answer's $5,000 because you're either going to get $5,000 or you don't have to do the show. And so he goes, I want to book you. It's my daughter's high school prom. I'm sort of doing something special for her. I can't give you all the details yet, but meet me at this place at this time and like dress nice, you know? So I show up to this big sort of greenhouse where they take a lot of pictures for weddings and stuff like that in Pittsburgh, where I'm from. And this big black Escalade pulls up and out walks like 7 high school girls in prom gowns and this guy in a tuxedo. And he runs over to me and goes, all right, here's the plan. This is my daughter and her friends. They're going to their high school prom tonight and they're taking pictures here. And I didn't tell them you were going to be here. So just when they show up, start doing material. We're going to surprise them. And you follow us around while they're taking pictures. I was like, excuse me? So he goes back and goes, hey, girls, this is my friend Colin. He's a comedian. Colin, go ahead. And I'm like, man, homework is the worst, right? You know, when they start putting all these letters in math, what's going on with this? I was there, I'm not kidding, 45 minutes. I walked around this place with them. My best bit was I pressed all the buttons on the elevator. And I was like, oh, now we're on the elevator for a while, huh? And people were so miserable. And I knew it was time to leave when one of the moms pulled me aside and goes, I think we've had enough of this. And they give me $50 and I had to leave. The worst part was as I had to get back on the elevator with everybody after they said that to me. After I was sort of fired, I had to get on the elevator with these 7 high school girls and these parents, and it was just a quiet ride. And I was like, all right, thanks. You know, I'm on Instagram. Follow me. You know, one of those things. It was brutal.
Who thinks high school girls want to hear comedy?
It was my worst nightmare. It was bombing in front of high school girls.
Dads, don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Bachelorette
Anyway,
parties.
I'm doing her wedding in a week. And yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't know, but Dad's hired me again.
Right, yeah.
That'd be great.
Running gag.
That would be great.
Well, the bachelorette party is the scourge of all comedians.
Yeah.
With the straws shaped like the male member.
I think what the new one is office parties. Like an office, party that comes to a comedy show. It may be worse than a bachelorette party now. Because it's like these people are like, oh, you don't get to see me cut loose at the office. Now you get to see me have fun. I promise you I'm fun. A lot of these people are like, trust me, I'm a good time. And then they go to a comedy club and they have 2 Long Island iced teas. And they're like, I'm the silly one at the office. Yeah, they might be worse.
All right. Well, she's our silly one. It's Christy Lee. What have you got over there?
Yellowstone National Park officials are saying another visitor has been gored by a bison. A 71-year-old Pennsylvania woman and her daughter inadvertently approached the bison. How do you inadvertently do that? As they were returning to their vehicle. Her injury is not life-threatening, but she was taken to the West Park Hospital for treatment. Park officials said the incident, the second goring in 3 days, remains under investigation. Earlier this week, this is the video that's everywhere. The 34-year-old Colorado man is seen, he got too close to a bison near a giant geyser and was thrown as he grabbed a child who was running away from the beast. Scary, scary stuff. And an Ohio woman, the third in 4 weeks, got within 10 feet of a bison in May before it gored and tossed her, causing a puncture wound and other injuries. By the way, Yellowstone National Park reopens tomorrow with 93% of all roadways accessible following the horrible floods a few weeks ago.
And then, did you see the one a couple weeks ago with the dog? The dog's okay, but the dog gets out of the van and runs to the bison, and the bison just goes whoop, and the thing goes flying in the air.
Oh.
Yeah, this just happens, every few decades. It's a bicentennial this year. And they get rowdy.
Willie Griswold, everybody!
I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go to Chicago early. I'll see you guys.
Let's have some bison burgers and go for it. You ever had one of those, by the way?
Oh, they're very good.
I don't think I have had a bison.
Really?
Ted Turner, is that Ted Turner restaurant?
Yeah, it's right by my house. Yeah.
Open?
Montana Grill? Yeah.
Delicious.
Ted's Montana Grill.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lean beef.
And to be
Come
clear,
visit again.
Oh, no, not that one. The one at, never mind.
bison, it's what we mistakenly called buffaloes forever.
Right.
We don't have buffaloes in the United States anymore.
Right.
They're all bison.
Is that how it works?
Yes.
Technically, okay.
Yes.
In any event, they are delicious.
What about Josh Allen?
Yeah.
He's quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, I think.
What about Rodney Stewart? Used to be a fullback for the Colorado Buffaloes.
Stephon Diggs. What about
I stepped on what?
Talking about
Okay,
Spencer Dinwiddie, y'all.
Right now, I want to talk about what a great time it is for great food. It's the summertime. That's where HelloFresh comes in. How about not having to do a lot of meal planning, not having to do any grocery shopping? That sounds like a good time.
Sure does.
HelloFresh does the shopping. They do the measuring. They send you the box. You put it together. It could be one of their famous quick and easy meals. It could be one of the more elaborate fancy meals. They've got it all kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's a fancy meal.
To fit whatever your food lifestyle is, more than 30 to choose from every week, including good old family friendly stuff, or maybe you're doing a low carb thing or a low cal thing. They've got it for you. Check out their app on the HelloFresh app. You can swap things around. You can do different proteins. You can change up the sides. You can change up the days you want it. You can take vacations from it just by checking it out at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Willie, what's on the menu?
One of my favorites, the Italian chicken and pepper sandos with potato wedges and garlic sauce. HelloFresh is going to send you 14 ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps. And in just over a half hour, you have this delicious sandwich and fries that you made at home with our friends at HelloFresh.
Get started right now. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Use that code BTShow16 for 16 free meals plus 3 free gifts. Once again, the code is BTShow16. 16 free meals, 3 free gifts at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Pre-portioned ingredients. They've done the measuring. They've done the shopping. And the food is delicious. Even your kids will clean their plates. The code BTShow16 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, what's that in your luggage? More than 100 animals? Really? Ooh. Okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not.
Oh,
yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But And honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hope you're having a good Friday morning. I know I am. Lots of fun here on the Bob and Tom Show. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, don't forget about the Bob and Tom Show podcast. You can download these for free. We've got 3 of them. Yes, 3 podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast, weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern. That Josh Arnold podcast, Josh discussing fun topics. You could learn something. And the Bits and Pieces podcast, of course, a dive into the Bob and Tom archives, where they discuss some of our favorite bits and pieces from the show. Just go to bobandtom.com/podcast. Give you something to do this weekend, a little extra content for you if you're a Bob and Tom Show fan. And again, I think I mentioned it, but it's worth repeating. It is free, all of them for you, and you're welcome. Rolling through a Friday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kevin Durant has requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. That decision revealed just before the start of the NBA free agency undoubtedly will have teams scrambling to put together enormous offers for the perennial All-Star. And the NBA generated more basketball-related income than ever this past season, total number coming just short of $9 billion. The first night of free agency, Nikola Jokic, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, and Ja Morant all agreed to extensions worth more than $1 billion by the time they expire. And the Big Ten voted unanimously to add USC and UCLA as conference members starting in 2024. Major League Baseball American League winners yesterday: Cleveland, Houston, Toronto, and Seattle. National League year winners: Philly, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And one WNBA game last night in overtime. Atlanta beat New York by a score of 92-81. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Bob and Tom Show writes Steve. The other night, my wife got out of the shower, walked dripping wet, naked into the bedroom.
Oh, my.
Held up her phone, and out came a husky voice saying, "I'm hungry." Thank you, Christy Lee.
That is terrific.
That is
You're
terrific.
helping love lives
There
everywhere.
you go. See?
Audio Viagra.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm hungry.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Cable guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
You know us. We're Amish Bell. No poles, no wires, no phones, no nonsense, no shiny objects. That's Amish Bell. And now, new from Amish Bell, call waiting.
Hello, Graber. How's the farm?
Good, Carl. Good to see you. Oh, wait a minute, Carl. I see Fritz is here waiting to talk with me.
Okay, Graber. I'll just stand here and wait.
Hi, Fritz. I'm talking to Carl right now. Can you wait for a moment?
You're fine, Graber. I'll just stand here.
Okay, Carl. Now, verbally.
Call waiting. Another new world convenience from the old world minds at Amish Bell. Remember, we take Visa, quilts, and cheese. Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
It's an old Eskimo trick of how to catch a polar bear. Now, what you do is you go cut a hole in the ice, right? And then you take little peas and you place them strategically 4 inches apart all the way around the hole.
Right.
And a polar bear will crawl up and he'll look at it in very much curiosity as what is going on there. Now, when he bends over to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God.
Tales Online.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Sweating like a dog. Done, what, 3 songs? 4 songs?
4, baby. 4.
You got a new one for this hour?
4 and done.
Working in
1 an hour.
Working in the coal mine. There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
There's Ace Cosby, manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. We got a guest in the studio. He is comedian Colin Chamberlain. And Colin, it's nice to see you. And did you ever were you ever part of a paper drive at high school?
I did
Tom
have a paper
always
route.
asks great questions.
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
telling
You had a paper route?
I had a paper route.
Are you the only 29-year-old that's born in 1962?
Dude, I had a paper route from grade school to high school.
So
My
did I.
dad made me get it. And I remember I think it was like 10th grade, I had to go, I have to stop doing this. I'm like a lamb to slaughter. Like, I am going to high school, and people are like, there's the paper boy.
You on a bicycle?
No, I walked. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I had a paper route all the way till I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
I delivered papers on November 22nd, 1963. Kennedy assassinated, Johnson takes oath, Cleveland Press. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't you, is what you're saying. You were.
I have an alibi.
Yeah,
I know. Well, I flew in from Dallas that
Doesn't
afternoon.
mean it wasn't you. You were alive and had a paper route.
But we used to have the paper drive, which I was reminded of by one of our listeners. Thank you very much. Here's another one, Dennis.
Thanks, Dennis.
And they would pull the big truck up,
right,
and they would leave the trailer there, and they would fill it with papers for a few days, and it was super fun.
Now, there was
because-
always some weird hierarchy with the paper guy, and there was some guy you had to give like $50 for something to keep his mouth shut about something, and he would touch you. No, I'm not a paper boy.
No. We was just.
Are you with me on this, Ace? There's stuff going on at the paper.
Dennis writes, we had a paper drive every year at my elementary school. They'd bring in the big hopper for people to drop off their paper products. For about a week after that, many boys got detention for having porn magazines in their desk because people would drop off all kinds.
All right.
And if they did, it would just buzz through the school. Have you heard they've got Playboys? It's big news. Big news.
He's so excited.
Tom went to an all-boys school, too. So
If you would have had access to internet porn, I mean, your brain's already crazy, but you would have been a total nut, I think.
Wow. I thought about that. Now, we were talking dogs a few minutes ago because you've got a Labradoodle.
Yeah.
No,
Mini.
Golden Doodle.
Oh, sorry, Golden Doodle.
It's all right.
Forgive me. And
He will never hear this, so don't worry.
you named him after your grandpa.
Yeah.
Is your grandpa still with us?
He's not with us anymore.
sorry.
No, it's okay. We lost him a few years ago in a mall, but I named him after my grandfather. I was very close to my grandparents. My grandparents actually lived with me growing up, and I shared a room with my grandfather for most of my high school career.
No
What?
kidding. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Edgar?
Elmer.
Sorry.
But, no, classic old man name. You know, you're in the right vein. You're in the right
Close.
Yeah.
You got the dog wrong.
Yeah.
You got the name wrong.
Edgar, Elmer.
Hey, you kept taking notes.
So
You're
you're in here
busy.
7 minutes. Jeez.
I wrote down Elmer,
Get
though.
something right, will you?
Yeah.
I wrote it down right. I just didn't look at my notes.
Yeah, Elmer. Yeah, after my grandfather, who I shared a room with.
That is
I'm
bizarre.
just going to
You didn't sneak any girls into your room during high school.
No, I didn't really do much in my room, you know. And like he was. I don't know if you know this about older people, but they get up a lot, you know. And he was a Korean War veteran, and he was tough, and he would get up in the middle of the night and have to like climb over my bed to get out of the room. Oh, God. And I would wake up, and he would just be above me, you know, just sort of. Yeah. And he's like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm crying. It's 3:00 in the morning. I have a chemistry exam tomorrow. And you don't wear pants to bed, you know, like that was my career, you know, like that was like if he heard fireworks, he would freak out. If I see Fruit of the Loom underwear, I just black out and pee a little bit, you know. So yeah.
Well, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Elmer.
R.I.P. Elmer.
No, it's Edgar.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's whatever. He's also not going to hear this. You know, I'll be honest. Between him and the dog, they'll never know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know we have Christy Lee wearing her country girl shirt. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got over there?
Well, we were talking about bears. We can continue that conversation. Pair of brothers in Canada. Oh, by the way, it is Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to all my Canadian friends. I'm sure you have friends from Canada, right?
So is this like their?
I am Canadian.
Is this their version of the 4th of July?
I think maybe.
Do they do the fireworks?
I
and
don't know if
stuff?
they do fireworks, but I know I saw posts about it, so I'm.
They seem kind of laid back. I don't think
You don't think they do fireworks?
They probably just shake everybody's hand they see or something.
Just says in their honor. Take off your hats.
I don't have on that.
Do you think their flag's okay?
Yeah, it's fine. What's wrong with their flag?
A leaf?
Yeah,
You don't like the maple leaf?
It's simple.
What's your beef with that?
There's no stars and stripes. I mean,
For
come
God's
on.
sakes, you criticize everything.
If it was, you would say they stole the idea from us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a no-win.
Oh, good point.
A couple of brothers in Canada had their house cat to thank for chasing off a black bear.
Cool.
According to Global News, Tigger's owners, Gavin and Cameron Sturrock, were already aware of their fearless feline's abilities, but the recent encounter left them shocked.
The old watch cat.
Gavin said he was carrying 2 boxes of Nerf guns and guards out of the house in
So wait, hang on a
preparation
second.
for a Nerf war. What?
That's
What's the problem?
They were going on a Nerf war camping trip.
That's fine. It's very Canadian.
Yeah. When he got caught in the middle of the battle, the family's 2-year-old Bengal cat was squaring up with a large black bear in the driveway. In a video Gavin took, Tigger arches his back, walks toward the bear, who backs away and runs off. The brother said the bear has not been back ever since.
I saw that video. It's a baby bear.
Yeah.
But still.
It's still a bear.
And the cat probably thought it was a dog, so not so sure that all this praises. But Willie has his Nerf gun out. You can just start firing.
Yeah, pop a cap. Keep talking smack about Nerf guns.
Yeah. Keep it
real.
These are some cool Canadian fellows. They're going out. They got their maple leaf on the back of their Jeep. They're going to have a nice weekend.
Okay, good. That's
Dude,
awesome.
whatever happened to Nerf originally was balls.
Right.
Like you had
A Nerf football.
or a soccer ball, and they would sit out in the rain for hours, and then you would peg your brother in the side of the head, and they would get, and then they were like, your dog would chew it up, and it'd be all over your house,
Yep.
and then they're like, no, there's no money in balls. We're going to guns, and now that's all they make is just a ton of Nerf guns, and they're all shoot
Wow.
me.
And they.
Good shot.
Wow, what a shot, dude. That
Right in
was
the chest.
Oh
Good shooting, Willie.
Goodness.
And they used to make good Nerf balls, but now they're too plasticky. I like the spongy ones like
Way
we
too
had.
plasticky.
Yeah.
Well, because this has a hard tip on the
See
end.
the
part.
meat, that used to be shaped in a ball, and that was
Right.
badass. But I don't know what they're
now
doing.
this is. Don't shoot me.
Oh Lord, he's got.
Don't let him reload. The guy's he's good with a gun.
Marksman.
Coming up, we have it's raining.
double, triple dog dare
This is
you.
a weird news story. In San Francisco, it's raining anchovies. I'm not kidding. And we have the Mayflower is back in the U.S. of A. And we have a really cool story from NASA. I'm very excited about when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus. And I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Man, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Get out there and see some live comedy this weekend. I'm talking to you in Dayton, Ohio. Donnie Baker on stage at the Funny Bone tonight and Saturday night. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. And Greg Warren in Las Vegas at the Brad Garrett Comedy Club at the MGM. Check him out at GregWarrenComedy.com. And if there's a comedian in your neighborhood that's not affiliated with the Bob and Tom Show, go to your comedy club and check them out. It's lots of fun getting out there and laughing. I had a great time seeing Willie and Jeff and Pat Godwin at the Irving Theater a few weeks back. It's great being out there and seeing live comedy. I highly recommend it. And again, Dayton, Ohio, what are you waiting for? Donnie Baker at the Funny Bone tonight. Yes, please. DonnieBaker.com for more. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. The figurehead of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, who was at the 1969 Rolling Stones concert at Altamont Speedway, has died at the age of 83. Sonny Barger died of liver cancer Wednesday at his home in Livermore, California. Barger was a founding member of the Oakland, California chapter of the Hells Angels. There was some question as to whether the Hells Angels were hired as security for Altamont or were simply encouraged to keep people from the stage in exchange for beer. A Hells Angel fatally stabbed a concert goer who'd pulled a gun on one of their members in an incident caught in the documentary Give Me Shelter. Barger had claimed in his 2000 autobiography that when Keith Richards threatened to stop the show over the violence, Barger stuck a pistol in Richards' side and told him, quote, start playing his guitar or he was dead. That's Barger's story. May he rest in peace. And the Barbie doll is embracing the David Bowie look again. Mattel has created a version of Barbie based on Bowie's look in his Life on Mars video. She's got a modified red haircut, blue eyeshadow, a powder blue suit, a pinstripe shirt, a metallic necktie, and platform shoes. I'm sure you recall the look. The doll sells for $50 at Mattel.com. 3 years ago, you'll recall, Mattel created the Ziggy Stardust version of Barbie. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker. And the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Row at Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God. You can hear the show here in the morning, and then because you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
I recently got married. And
boy.
Yeah, and my wife changed her name. I know some women have a problem with that. But I wanted her to have my old girlfriend's name.
She must really love you.
Call me old-fashioned, but...
Hell, you got the tattoo. Why not?
My wife actually got pregnant on our wedding night.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, not by me. It was crazy night. But either way, I'm getting a brother, so...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't think her parents like me, though, because apparently when you meet someone's mother, you're not supposed to hug her and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if their dad's short, don't try and pick him up.
Oh, you're like a little baby, Daddy.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I was flying from South Bend to here. I was on a plane this big. It was like a pack of gum with 8 people in it. What happened was we took off from the South Bend Airport Hair Care and Tire Center there. I don't know if you've ever been there. We got halfway here. We had to go back. It's like a 12-minute flight. We had to go back. We had engine trouble. We lost some oil pressure in one of the engines, and they told us about it over the speaker system of the plane, right, which was stupid because they could have just went, hey, we lost some oil
They
pressure.
just a little turn around and yelled at you.
The guy sitting next to me is losing his mind. He goes, hey man, if one of these engines fails, how far will the other one take us? And I was like, all the way to the scene of the crash.
Hey, fellas, this is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Sorry. Busy
Christy Lee at the news desk. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes.
Yeah, there he is. That's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Got a couple letters here. We were talking about the guy with the whistling scrotum.
Right.
It's a medical thing. It's not like some circus act. The guy,
Although,
it would be a hell of an act, General.
did not end well.
He lost his testicles, but he's still alive.
It could be like a big mouth Billy Balls thing, the whistling scrotum.
Yeah. And now the theme to the Andy Griffith Show. And then I mentioned the famous whistling scene in the movie's probably the most famous whistling scene, wouldn't you say, of any movie?
Is what?
Lauren Bacall says to, what is it, to Bogart, you know how to whistle, right?
I don't know if that's
I don't think that's true.
whistling scene. I don't think that.
Pat, isn't that?
First of all, they're not even whistling. It's the word whistle.
Yeah, they're just talking about it.
But do you know how to whistle? Put your lips
There's
together
got to
and
be
blow.
I can't whistle.
There's some whistler, like the High and the Mighty or something, doesn't have a big whistling
River
scene.
Choir.
Oh, yeah.
The Bridge of the River Kwai has where they actually whistle, but I'm in terms
you
of
go.
referencing whistling in the most sexy
Okay,
way.
so you're changing the entire question.
Yeah. This is like This is like during the football broadcast when they say this is the longest throw by a backup quarterback thrown on Monday Night Football all away.
That's right.
It's too specific.
The last name starting an M.
I think those that have
Polish descent,
benefited
nothing
from
wrong with that.
the serious study of cinema realize to have and to have not. To have and to have not. Where Lauren Bacall says, you know how to whistle, don't you? And you put your lips together and blow. I assume that's, even in those olden days, was that a reference to...
I'm sure she meant something else, yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, she said, put your lips together and blow. I knew what was going on. That's right, the old... What'd you call it, Jeffrey? The old kielbasa swallower? What was it again?
That's called the old Polish kiss.
The Polish kiss.
What are we doing? Top 10 whistles. Number 10, Fistful of Dollars.
Yep.
When rock music, you've got...
What about that?
The Scorpions.
Scorpions.
Evidently, Bandolero, there's whistling. I don't remember that. Bridge on the River Kwai.
Yeah.
By guess who, Tom? That's right, Mitch Miller.
Molly Hatchet. But I got a letter here. This comes to us from Joe. And, wow, what a complicated last name Joe has.
What is it, Smith?
P-R-Z-E-D-W-O-J-E-W-S-K-I. This guy, wow.
I'm a smart
he bought some extra consonants somewhere. Joe writes, Tom mentioned Bogart and Bacall. My wife has been listening to so-called yacht rock.
Oh, yeah.
They play a song by Bertie Higgins called Key Largo.
Sure.
We almost had it all.
He goes, if there was a ladder in my car, I would climb down it to change the channel, as Tom has famously called
There's
his
nothing
ladder
wrong with
songs.
Key Largo.
You want to hear a little bit of it?
Sure.
You were my leading lady. We had it all. Just like Boogie and the Call.
See, there you go.
Suck. Okay. All right.
Summer song.
Huge. I didn't like that, but if I was driving and I was a little sad, that would make me cry. 100%. If the sun was setting just right, that would get me.
We had it all like Bogey and Bacall. He smoked too much and died a painful death of cancer.
Too much alcohol.
Okay, sorry.
You're a little hopeless romantic, aren't you, Willie?
Oh, you know what, Christy? I think I might be.
It's cute.
But who knows? But
Don't lose
then
that.
I get afraid of commitment, and then I run away, and I say, don't ever talk to me again. So, what are you going to do?
Well, okay.
Let's see, where were we? Oh, we were at the news desk?
Yes, speaking of emotional, the highly anticipated first photos from the $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope provided scientists with an emotional experience, according to NASA.
So cool.
Thomas Zurbuchen, the head of NASA's scientific programs, said images from the telescope, which was launched into space in December, are shedding light on a new world view.
What are they doing with light?
This is
They're using a telescope.
The James Webb was the main guy at NASA in the days of.
Oh, so when you played the Dragnet music.
Yeah, that's what he was going
You were
for.
talking about James Webb. Some people called him Jack. Is that what you're doing?
No. James Webb was the guy that headed NASA in the Mercury program.
I'm not the one who played the Dragnet music. You did.
No,
According to Thomas Zurbuchen.
Excuse me for 1 second. James Webb. Do you understand that this? Why am I'm talking to an idiot? You understand this telescope is out in space. They're going to be able to see things that they've never seen before. This is going to answer lots of questions about the origin of the universe.
Zurbuchen said it's really hard to not look at the universe in a new light and not just have a moment that is deeply personal. He said the first images nearly brought him to tears.
They haven't released him yet, but when they do,
I think Serpico's a rat. That's what I know. It's not Serpico? What is it?
No, it's a Zurbuchen.
I'm sorry.
James Webb is the guy. Now you're thinking of the Jack Webb telescope,
which why did you play the Dragnet music?
Well, now the Jack Webb telescope was designed to point toward the Earth so it can look for dirty hippies.
There you go, chick. That's where you were headed.
It was a Tuesday. I wore a light coat.
I'm never all wrong.
So
I'm half wrong every
This
now
is
and
going to be really cool. I don't know. You guys don't think this is fascinating?
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
It's a telescope that they've launched into space.
And it's going to look back at us?
No, it's going to be looking at
the stars.
The stars.
So like every other telescope we've ever launched into space, right?
No, but this
one's farther out.
How much this one cost?
Well, not like you had to pay for it.
Well, not like you had to pay for it
Are you
either.
crazy? Our tax dollars are paying for this.
No. We're lesser
Pennies
people.
of
You know
your-
that.
Okay.
We're dirty hippies.
You
think we're dirty hippies?
You wouldn't have a
She's
cell
right.
phone if it weren't for
She's
things
right.
like the space program, encouraging engineering.
None
Now,
of it
there's
has to be
also the
manned.
James Harden telescope.
Uh-huh.
That's pointed back at Earth, looking for
Wait a minute. I'm more interested in what is he looking for?
What do you think of What do you think of James Harden? The man famously has a beard. He moves around from team to team, but you think that he's famously trying to get a little bit of poon time?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's in the NBA.
Yeah, of course.
That beard must smell weird after a session. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but it smells like anchovies.
Spend some time washing that
Speaking
beard,
of anchovies,
please.
we have
A
those
little
in
bit
the
of
news.
lady juice.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Did you say baby juice?
I said lady juice.
Even worse. Lady juice. Is that something new? Lady juice?
Do you have a song, Pat?
Willie said it.
What's so bad about lady juice? You don't like it, lady? That's the fountain of youth right there.
Hey, San Francisco residents are reporting anchovies are raining from the sky. According to SF Gate, that's short for San Francisco Gate.
Remember last time we had to
Yes, so I'm not going there. Local fishermen and ocean researchers believe that due to an explosion in the anchovy population, seabirds have more fish than they can eat. Birds such as pelicans are now dropping some of their meals right onto the land.
Good. Maybe the horrible smell of the anchovies will cover up even the more horrible smell of urine that wafts throughout that city.
Yeah.
Urine on a lucky day. Yeah. That's kind of interesting, though. They've got so many anchovies. The birdies are dropping them on all the.
Can't carry them all. Yeah.
Raining Anchovies. It sounds kind of like a punk band. Maybe? No? Metal?
Stinky.
Pretty cool.
See Raining Anchovies. They're opening. They're opening. Opening for fish. San Francisco. Have you ever been there, Christy?
I have been there.
You spent some time down at the wharf.
I have.
Enjoy yourself.
It was okay. Went to the Ghirardelli Chocolate Factory. That was good.
Okay. Alcatraz?
I did not go to Alcatraz. Looked at it from across the bay, but
Now, here's a story the other guards won't tell you.
You've taken the tour, obviously.
Evidently. They kept what was called a bitch.
I wasn't a fan. And I know a lot of people love San Francisco, but it was not my favorite town.
I went there when I was 17, and I just smoked pot in the woods with my buddies, and it was a great town.
When I was there, it was like a Mark Twain quote come to life. It was the coldest July I've ever spent.
It was freezing.
freezing.
I do remember that too. Hey, there are Burmese pythons and monkeys, and now Florida has another invasive species on their hands. Giant African snails.
Oh, I thought it was old white people.
Well,
that goes without saying.
They're an invasive species, all right.
They certainly are. They're not going anywhere.
We have giant American gales. We have those.
The Tampa Bay Times reports a gardener discovered the massive mollusk in Newport Richey. According to the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, the giant African land snail can carry lungworm, a parasite known to cause meningitis.
Uh-oh.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture said the snails eat plants, but if they cannot find enough vegetation, they'll eat paint or stucco off your house.
Cool.
Florida officials call it one of the most damaging snails in the world. Giant African land snails spread around South Florida in the late 60s, early 70s. Before they were eradicated over the course of several years, investigators believe the outbreak began when a religious leader and his followers smuggled snails into the United States. He apparently encouraged them to drink the snail's mucus.
Duh. Okay, Christy, have you seen a picture of one of these things? There's a guy holding his hand out. This thing is bigger than a human hand. That, gives me the heebie-jeebies looking at it. They're
There were a bunch of
nasty.
snails in the lake yesterday. They were freaking me out.
Snails are partiers. They all like beer, right?
Love it.
Oh, yeah, they love beer.
You put beer in a Frisbee, they climb in
They
and
all
die.
climb in and drink and drunk, and then they pass away.
These are really invasive, but what? It's
true.
The guy, the religious leader that got people to drink snail mucus, this guy, you got to get him in sales.
Right.
We got to get him on our staff.
This is like the Jim Jones tricycle, right?
Oh, man.
If you can convince people, you know something, you want to get closer to God, eat snail mucus. I'm signing up.
I wonder what the connection was.
There is no connection. The guy's he's a snake oil salesman, but in this case,
he's snail.
Snail mucus.
Snail.
This thing's bigger than one of those. This snail, I swear to God, is bigger than one of those teacup chihuahuas. Can you imagine that? Thing's just looking at him. Ugh. We got monkeypox. We got COVID. Now we got to worry about snail meningitis.
You don't have to worry about a thing.
I've had enough.
Don't you worry about it.
I'll tell you what, if you don't want to worry about things at your house, you need to check in with Simply Safe. Read the reviews, thousands of positive reviews. Chick McGee's the one who first got Simply Safe on our staff.
That's right. Simply Safe, the design-it-yourself, do-it-yourself home security system, offers comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but also against expensive home hazards. From flooding to fires and the 24/7 professional monitoring, the agents take action the moment a threat is detected, sending police or first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology that monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get a higher priority 911 dispatch. And monitoring plans are affordably priced, of course, at right around $1 a day with no long-term contract or hidden fees, because feeling safe at home, giving you peace of mind, should not break the bank. And, of course, we have an offer for you. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes online at simplysafetom.com. Do that today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Coming up, another song from Mr. Pat Godwin, also a special request for a little something 4th of July related to the involving the Here Come the Mummies band and orchestra, out on tour right now, by the way, don't miss them. Also, Jeff Oskey will be returning with news we failed to mention.
Yes.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
Hey, don't forget about Bob and Tom's Work Farce. It's after the laughter on the Bob and Tom Show. It's really all the fun without too much effort. You just keep it right here on Bob and Tom 24/7, and we'll keep that smile going all day and keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. Why is Dale always smiling? I don't know. I think he's listening to the Bob and Tom Show. Yes, Yes, he is. Dale is listening to the Bob and Tom Show, and you can too. Just keep it here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner set to go on trial in a Moscow area court. Griner arrested on cannabis possession charges at an airport while traveling to play for a Russian team. The proceedings are set to get underway later today, 4.5 months after she was detained. The Phoenix Mercury Center and two-time U.S. Olympic gold medalist could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted of large-scale transportation of drugs. Fewer than 1% of defendants in Russians' criminal cases are acquitted, and unlike in the U.S., acquittals can be overturned. Summer travel underway across the globe, but a full recovery from 2 years of coronavirus could last as long as the pandemic itself. 11 countries this month show the most passionate travelers are thronging the locales like the French Riviera, Amsterdam, and the American Midwest. But even as safety restrictions fall, places like Israel, India, and Rome reporting only fractions of the record-setting tourism back in 2019. For them, a full recovery isn't forecast until at least 2024. China, one of the world's biggest source of tourists, remains closed per its zero COVID policy. That's holding down the rebound for many countries. And that's a look at things you may have missed on this Friday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Now, Rick, you've got your stepdaughter as well. How old is she now? 9?
She's 7.
7.
She's answer?
Mm-hmm. 7 and 10. Oh, will you stop? 7. I can't even have. See, I know. I have 2 girls. It's obvious to me I'm being repaid for years and years of sexist behavior, right? The zigs of the tables are turned, and now I'm the sweaty, palpitating dad, the kid at the door, knock, knock. Hi, Mr. Schrader, here to pick up my, it's, I like your daughter very much. I own a van. Oh, God. It has the Kama Sutra bookmobile with it. Benoit balls hanging off the rearview mirror. I love Poontang painted on the side. Oh, great. I guess I got a few years to relax.
Yeah, you got a few.
Yeah, as long as she's still, eating her boogers.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
right, favorite
My
band?
favorite movie.
Road-
man,
is it
no
Roadhouse,
movie.
did we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's the
not
movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh, my
Audrey
God.
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say Maroon 5?
Sure.
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
I babysat a cat a couple weeks ago. It went in the show.
Oh, he.
Then he started picking his out of his litter box and dropping him in the middle of the living room floor.
Oh, this is a protest.
It did seem like some sort of action. Cats are, jerks, basically.
Can be.
Cats are jerks.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the News Center.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee. And Tom, I think it's that time of the week.
Are you kidding me?
A special presentation.
Oh, I'm very excited. Jeff Oskey, who's been sitting in for Josh off and on for the last month, is back with us. And it is time now for your special feature. Do you want to handle the introduction?
We give you a lot of the news each week, but we don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we failed to mention. Oh.
Da-da-da-da.
Perfect. There we go.
Insane lunatic David Rush has set another record by walking over 3 miles with a guitar balanced on his chin. What you failed to mention, chainsaws, ladders, and now guitars. I feel like he's better at balancing items on his face than he is his home and work life. Home and work.
True enough.
Custom agents arrested a man after 30 pounds of cocaine were found in his electric wheelchair. What you failed to mention, what a rascal. What a rascal there, Chick.
I like the way he said that. What a rascal.
Jazzy.
Guy set a Mountain Dew drinking record. What you failed to mention, he won a lifetime supply of dental issues.
Coming from the Mountain Dew aficionado himself.
Yeah, yes. It's a drink of champions and people with not all their teeth, like this guy. Studies have shown that people like to befriend and hang out with people who smell like them. What you failed to mention, well, that would explain juggalos. They stink.
You like the Juggalos?
No, not a
What
fan.
are juggalos?
Insane clown posse aficionados.
Yeah, I've dated a juggalo once. Yeah, trim.
Really?
All
Not a
right.
Fago.
Not a fan. Experts warn that people should take long and repeated breaks from social media. What you failed to mention, and then what? Talk to our kids? Gross. There's a new hot dog water alcoholic seltzer on the market. What you failed to mention, it pairs well with a portalette toilet during the figure 8 race at the Speedrome. It's a local, but yet still
we get it.
Pertaining. Thanks.
Wow, shut him down during the bit.
That was so
During the bit.
No, I mean, I think we
Shut him right down.
Jeff, if you want, I can shoot him with the Nerf gun.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
Ow! I told you.
That hurts.
Shoot him again. Shoot him again.
Guard.
It was National Body Piercing Day this week. What you failed to mention, back in my day, only badasses had body piercings. Now, when I see a chick with their face pierced, I'm always like, wow, Megan, you're such a rebel with that lip and nose piercing. Now give me 135 on pump 2 and a pack of the orange zigzags.
That'll shut her up.
That'll shut her up. A man was arrested after airdropping a picture of him getting some brain to fellow passengers on a plane. What you failed to mention, now he gets to introduce himself to all his neighbors.
Yeah.
By law.
Can't live near a school.
No. What a jerk. Oh. There's a new 0 stars hotel. The room has no doors or walls. And it's supposed to teach us some lessons about not taking stuff for granted or some other stupid stuff like that. What you failed to mention, a hotel room with no walls and doors. Great. Now, not only do I have to worry about bed bugs, I also have to worry about raccoons and drifters.
Sounds like a fallout shelter.
Gronk has retired from football. What you failed to mention, all these cases of beer weren't just going to drink themselves, were they? Huh? No? Okay.
Party guy, Mr. Gronkowski. Yes.
Right.
We'll retool that next week. They've renamed the bottom feeder fish, carp, they've renamed them Kopi in attempts to take away the negative image of the fish as food. Well, you failed to mention, I've eaten a whole carp before. It wasn't bad. Pretty decent taste. The only thing I didn't enjoy about the experience, all the tiny pieces of rusted license plate.
Bottom feeder.
Bottom feeder.
The plates sink.
Yes. Experts say that keeping your bedroom dark is good for your health. What you failed to mention, keeping your bedroom pitch black also helps for the lovemaking after you put on 77 pounds. That's for me. That's for me. More for my girlfriend.
Careful.
She she likes the lights out, so she doesn't have to witness this going at her. Some dude somewhere.
Maybe you're doing it wrong.
Going at her.
I think it's good to know that she's facing you for a change.
I bet you still have the moves. I bet you got the moves.
Oh, I throw it down. My back, I throw it out. Some dude somewhere set a record for finding all the letters of an alphabet in a can of Chef Boyardee Arby's. Wait, what?
Chef Boyardee alphabet soup, whatever.
Yeah, a record Josh tried to beat. I tried this when I went home. I was super unsuccessful. I tried it for an hour and then realized I was using a can of SpaghettiOs.
Nothing but O's. You see.
SpaghettiOs.
Well, there's an 8. Or no, it's 2 O's.
All right.
I said, oh.
The orgasm challenge.
And finally, Major League Baseball is in talks with Big CBD to allow CBD to be advertised during ball games. What you failed to mention, who would have known the R&B duo WAP group Boyz II Men predicted this way back in 1991 with their song Motown Philly. At the end of the song, I think you'll remember they sang Boyz II Men, Boyz II Men, MLB, CBD. Damn it, I messed it up. Boyz II Men, MLB, CBD.
Yeah.
This is so specific.
What's the end of the song? What do they really say?
Tom doesn't know this.
I know. It doesn't matter.
No, he doesn't.
Somewhere, someone in a truck is laughing their ass off.
That's what I said. I did one of those this morning. One guy in a truck's going, that was really good. I enjoyed that.
That has been the news that you failed to mention.
Thank you very much. Now, we are big fans of the band known as Here Come the Mummies.
Yes, we are.
They're on tour this summer.
Yep.
Oh, those big fat horns. Oh, they're great. Riverfront Rendezvous Festival tonight in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Oh, cool.
With Here Come the Mummies. Tomorrow they're at the Summerfest in Milwaukee. Coming up, gigs in Fort Wayne, Kalamazoo, Bay City. More stuff in Wisconsin. This is just it's going to be a great tour. We're looking forward to seeing them sometime this summer. But I thought we'd play something kind of has to do with the 4th of July.
Oh, it does?
Well, what do you cook? What do you grill on the 4th of July, Christy?
Hamburgers and hot dogs.
Okay, what's another name for hot dogs?
Wieners.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the attack of the Wiener Man.
He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Attack of the Wiener Man. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Attack of the Wiener Man. Late at night when the bars are closing, alcohol takes its toll and the drinkers need their favorite vendor. A tasty treat of sausage splendor. Little man behind the car. Police can't catch him because he's way too smart. The smell of mustard and a big umbrella. Hot dog man's got the perfect cover. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Attack of the Wiener Man. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Attack of the Wiener Man. He waits out patient out in the street. All the hunters want to sample the beats. He can't help but relish the fact the footlong keeps you coming back. Once you're feeling safe and cool, that's when the Wiener Man makes his move. You can't scream when your mouth is full. He's coming for you. He's gonna get you. Attack of the Wiener Man.
It's Here Come the Mummies.
Boy, they're good.
Big summer tour once again tonight. They will be at the Riverfront Rendezvous Festival in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Be sure to tell the
Even Stevens.
I have my tickets for them this summer.
they're going to be lots of different places. So we'll be trying to keep tabs on the Mummies. They are the best. Now, we return to the best newscaster. That's right. Oh, she's an award winner. She won't tell you, but she's just been labeled a so-called broadcast pioneer. The Hall of Fame class of 2022. Christy has agreed to dress like a broadcast pioneer.
I'm going to wear a bonnet and a long dress. Yeah, just like
drop you off in a
Little House on the
chauffeured
Prairie.
Conestoga wagon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, the crewless robotic Mayflower ship has finally reached Plymouth Rock on June 30th, over 400 years after its namesake made the historic journey from England. The crewless robotic boat was towed into Plymouth Harbor. Towed? Well, that doesn't really count.
I towed it.
Canada first?
This is the boat that they had to do it. They had to turn back once.
Yeah.
The
Plymouth
second time
Harbor.
they landed in Canada.
In accordance with U.S. Coast Guard rules and docked near a replica of the original Mayflower. Piloted by artificial intelligence, the 50-foot solar-powered Trimaran
Like a catamaran is 2, a trimaran is 3.
did not have any humans on
Are there
board.
quadmarans?
I don't know.
Oh, well, Mr.
I've never
Sailor.
seen one.
The journey was not without its pitfalls, as Tom alluded to. During its initial crossing in 2021, the ship had to return to Plymouth, England due to technical problems. It set off again in April, but mechanical difficulties diverted it to Portugal's Azores Islands and then to Canada before finally arriving in Massachusetts.
That's really cool. It's there were no people on it.
Right.
No.
So they've arranged for the what do you call it? The AI boat. To give syphilis and yellow fever and smallpox to robots.
Oh, I figured it'd be monkeypox this time.
More Spanish explorers, I think, were doing that. The Pilgrims were fleeing religious, what's it called?
Persecution?
Look at you with your college degrees trying to make stuff
And I was
smart.
going to say, these guys did, if they got lost and the ship broke down, they did just as well as the early explorers. Because, man, they were not looking for us. They had no clue where they were going.
Yeah.
Now, Jeffrey, we learn from our failures. I'm in dad.
We learn from our failures.
I'm in dad mode. Now, you were recently in the studio with us. You did a humorous aside referencing a specific song. Now, would you like to recreate the piece that you just did? You referenced, I believe it was
Boys to Men.
Oh, yeah. There's a Boys to Men song called Motown Philly. And at the end,
back again.
right. Well, at the end, it goes, Boys to Men, Boys to Men, MLB, CBD.
Okay, and I'd never heard that, of course.
Okay.
So I took the liberty of isolating it for you. So maybe this will set it up so I will find this amusing.
Okay.
Here we go.
Maybe.
Boys to Men, ABC, BBD.
See?
Okay.
They say
MLB,
ABC, which was a young kid rap group, and BBD, which stood for Belle Biv DeVoe,
Right.
another rap group on their album label.
BBD?
Yes, Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh.
And see what I did, I changed it to MLB CBD. See?
I loved
See
it.
the wackiness
Yeah, that was
I
great.
put in there? Yeah.
Okay, so it's an obscure reference to the end of a
Yes.
of a hit song.
Was poison.
From 1991.
I think we might be onto something here. To hell with that news show. This is the better show. Let's talk about the joke you tried to tell. Yeah, let's talk about it.
I was trying to just to underscore the validity of it, even though.
Just for the record, we just got an email. I'm the one in the truck laughing my ass off. Love it. Keep going, Jeff. Ben from Quincy.
There you go,
Ben.
You got Ben.
That was
You know
for
what,
that
Jeff?
one person.
Jeff gives everyone a dream out there because they think if Jeff can do it, I can do it. Bang!
And Dad, you said earlier you try to play to the one guy. Jeff made that one guy in a truck laugh today, and you made one guy in a mental asylum laugh so much this morning.
I'm very proud of it.
One of my people made it to the radio.
So they say ABC, CBD.
BBD.
they say ABC BBD for Belle Biv DeVoe. And ABC was another rap group of little kids
And
that
isn't
sang a
BBD
song on the playground.
Isn't BBD a big porno thing?
No.
No, that's
Big black.
BBC.
No.
That's BBC.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get you. Sorry. It's not the D, it's the C.
It is
Right.
close.
Just close.
You could call it, I guess, not.
Well, if you're
it's
if you're looking for the tab, it's BBC.
And don't overlook the BB. Okay.
Hard to overlook.
Certainly.
Huge.
Man, I got to tell you, no matter how woke we get, those porn genres will always be a little bit crazy.
Yep. Okay. Heavy Nats. That's right, Mr. Heavy Nats. They'll be a little crazy.
Okay,
Man.
Christy, what do you got? Anything else?
The internet has struck again with a dumb new trend that involves digging giant holes on the beach.
Love it.
WBBH.
Where we're right after WBBI.
Or BB, yeah.
Or it could be big hangers.
Is there anything cuter than him trying to be hip?
What I think is cute is that he doesn't think he's allowed to say the word black. He doesn't think that he's allowed to say the word black. I think that's hilarious. It's like whenever my dad says gentleman, it's preceded by the term Latino. You know what I'm talking about? There was a Latino
there were
gentleman.
some
you
Latino
know?
gentlemen.
Whenever he talks about a minority, he has to say gentleman afterwards.
So sorry. What's happening?
Oh, my God.
So morons are digging.
WBBH reports that Florida beaches have been left riddled with holes as deep as 5 feet and as far as 4 feet wide.
Whereas our missing old people.
TikTok trend. The Sanibel mayor, Holly Smith, said it originated on TikTok, a challenge that asks users, how deep can you dig?
How deep
In addition to being
you dig? How deep can you dig? I really want to know.
in addition to being hazardous to people who might fall in them.
No kidding.
The holes also threaten sea turtles as baby turtles try to navigate their way back to the ocean at night.
Could this be a holes situation where someone's trying to find a treasure at
It's
in
a
a lake?
TikTok
It's
trend.
just a stupid TikTok thing. How bored are these people? They have to go do this on a beach. Nice beach. People want to walk and have some fun.
Maybe they're trying to get to China. We don't know.
You're only supposed to dig as deep as you need to be so you can lie on your belly and keep the hog and the balls, from getting all sandy.
Keep the hog in the
A lot of
ball.
new words this week.
Keep the hog on the ball? What's the new saying?
I think we're allowed to say that.
You keep the hog and the balls from getting too sandy. You know what I'm saying?
No one wants to say that.
Didn't you, Jeff, didn't you used to date? Didn't you were telling me you dated a girl named Sandy Crack?
Yes.
Had a rough time.
Yeah, it
She's,
was not enough lube.
She's a character that didn't make it on SpongeBob.
Sandy Crack.
Sandy Crack. Hey, you think we're funny on the speakers? Why do you get a load of us out of the Raycon earbuds, huh? Boy, oh boy. People really think you're crazy then because they won't hear what you're listening to and they'll think, wow, that guy knows something. Raycon's everyday earbuds, too. They look, feel, and sound even better. And man, are they comfortable. With 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation, an awareness mode, and a special comedy mode. Some offers may vary. You can be immersed in sound or tune into your surroundings. It's up to you. And you can travel or you can have a grueling workout. And Raycons have the optimized gel tips that fit every ear ever made perfectly. And they're comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they do not budge. And you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, all for half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder. Keep your hogs on the balls. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. And right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. It's buyraycon.com/Tom. We got Raycon Love.
In the moment.
Here it is.
As we speak, I want to say a special hello to Chris. He is currently walking the 8-mile trek around Mackinac Island, in beautiful Mackinac Island, the Mackinac Straits, where Lake Michigan meets Lake Superior. Mackinac Island, the home of some
Just get on with it.
Hey, it's June. Can we please talk about the Mackinac Gays for once? I mean, we're constantly talking about the Mackinac Straits.
Listen to your son.
He goes, I'm on Mackinac Island walking the 8-mile trek, listening to your show on the Bob and Tom app in my Raycon earbuds. There you go. Kill. And happy birthday, Chris. Kill. Hope you're having a nice day. And in the beautiful, beautiful Mackinac Island. No cars there, you know. That's right.
That's right.
They filmed your favorite movie there.
I know. Horse poop up to your armpits. I know.
What was the name of the movie? Somewhere in Time?
That's exactly right.
Okay, all right. Did you ever see that?
How dare you even mention that movie and Joe? You respect on that, please.
I do.
All right.
They built a ramp up to that.
Well, you found a penny. If you only hadn't found that damn penny.
Okay. Coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I see. I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like, young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. And I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email. Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real
question. Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Yes, we do put the F in professional. Good morning. My name is Mark Allison. This is a Friday, and we learned a lot on the show today, believe it or not, even with Josh Arnold on assignment. Jeff Oskey sitting in this morning, of course. But we'll be back with a look at what we learned, as well as a little bit of history on this July 1st with Professor Tom Griswold. After this, stay tuned. We're not done with you knuckleheads yet. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. Kentanya Brown Jackson has been sworn in to the Supreme Court, shattering a glass ceiling as the first black woman on the nation's highest court. The 51-year-old jurist is the court's 116th justice, and she took the place of the justice she once worked for. Justice Stephen Breyer's retirement was effective at noon. Yellowstone National Park will reopen to the public just in time for the 4th of July holiday weekend. The flood-damaged North Loop will reopen tomorrow. Flooding 2 weeks ago closed America's first national park and forced 10,000 visitors to leave as water, rocks, and mud washed out roads and bridges. The entire park was closed from June 14th to June 21st due to the historic flooding. And if you're heading out this holiday weekend, looks like you're not alone. Summer travel underway across the globe, and it's rebounding following the pandemic. In 11 countries this month, an interview shows that most passionate travelers are going to locales like the French Riviera, Amsterdam, and the American Midwest. But even as safety restrictions fall, places like Israel, India, and Rome are reporting only fractions of the record-setting tourism of 2019. For them, a full recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic isn't forecast until at least 2024. No matter where you're headed, happy holiday. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show, and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn. So I don't ever want to see that.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
There was this bass player, and he was sitting in a bar and just getting really, really drunk. He was mad at the world.
Yeah.
He had been fired from his latest job, mad at everyone, just angry, drinking. So he leaves the bar. He's very, very drunk. He's walking down the street, and across the street is a nun walking the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the bass player runs across the street, knocks her down, and just starts kicking her and hitting her and going crazy.
A drunk bass player.
A drunk bass player. And he looks down and says, "You're not so tough now, are you, Batman?"
This
is why we get mail. That's it for our show. Based on.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, hey, what gives...
Hi, man. This is Donnie Biker.
Red, White, and Crew weekend.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin. He's in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Did we get 4 songs out of him?
Oh, yeah.
But that's absolutely it, right?
Did we get one this hour?
Man,
We did 4 songs today.
I don't think so.
We didn't get one this hour.
Well, I cruised in the 9 o'clock hour, though.
Yeah, well.
That's not fair.
Hi, Jeff Oskey.
Howdy, buddy.
I love your rubber ducky tie. Man,
Thank you,
that
sir.
is badass. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Hello. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
You know, you could do, Pat, you could do a very short one for me, since we got to get one this hour. My favorite story last week was the story about, I believe it was it out of the Netherlands, where they set this huge fire up and they got this big bed of coals, and these people they walked over the coals, and was it 26 of them ended up being hospitalized?
Yep.
I love stories like that. Some sales pitch to these people that they're going to save their soul, and they're such morons. They go, this looks like a great idea. People screaming in agony as the bottoms of their feet are burned. As I call it, the triumph of physics over narcissism. But you have a tribute to being an idiot and doing this?
I do indeed, man. Me feet on fire, me toes on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. A tribute to Buster Poindexter.
Yes.
Certainly worth it. You know what we missed?
What?
We missed the birthday of the iPhone. Did you know this?
When was it?
This was the 10th birthday of the iPhone, the day before yesterday.
The iPhone is, I feel like it's like that movie where they adopt the kid or they have the kid born and it's the devil. Like the first 6 years, everything's cool, things are convenient, things are fun. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this thing has ruined my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'd disagree if I could, but I guess happy birthday, iPhone. But it's kind of relevant when we look at today in history. There's something else of interest of that ilk, if you'd like to do the
Are you already down the road?
Well, I did.
Time now for Today in History. Here's Tom.
I just clicked on it, and the first thing up there, 1904, the first modern Olympic Games held in St. Louis. The distinction, of course, from the original games was the men wore clothing. Those original games.
Yeah.
A lot of weirdness there. naked wrestling. Yikes. Romeo just checked my oil. 1905. Albert Einstein introduced it. Sorry. Albert Einstein introduced the famous theory of special relativity, which is, of course, what allowed him to marry his second cousin.
Is that where we've arrived? Okay.
1908. This is interesting. The SOS signal became the worldwide standard for help. Prior to that, of course, it was jumping up and down and screaming at the top of your lungs, help, hoping they understood English. 1967, Pat, what happened?
Something with Sgt. Pepper, probably.
That's right. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band hits #1 in the U.S., stays there for 15 weeks.
Good God.
Now, here's the one that ties into the iPhone.
Okay.
1979, the first Sony Walkman goes on sale. And that Walkman was, of course, the cassette version.
Oh, yeah.
Followed by the Discman.
Oh, yeah.
We thought that was going to be the latest and greatest. And then the iPhone, or the iPod, pretty much put that out of business. And now it's all streaming.
Yep.
They don't even make the iPod anymore. Okay, well, I'm sorry. That's pretty much all I got. A couple of birthdays, but...
Time now for things we learned today.
Happy birthday if it's your birthday. How's that?
Debbie Harry of Blondie.
Way to sell it, Tom. Time for things you missed on today's show.
What did we miss?
It's 4th of July weekend.
Yes, it is.
We'll be back on Tuesday. Josh, of course, already got an early start because nobody deserves it better.
And he won't be back on Tuesday.
He will not be back on Tuesday. Another Jeff Oskey's here, and we appreciate it. I want some answers. Some solid information about why Boris Johnson continues to wear his hair that way. There must be some sort of...
Maybe the ladies like it.
It's his trademark.
Well, it's a dumb trademark. Okay?
It's his thing. It's like, remember Einstein had the hair that was being electrocuted?
Yeah, he looks like someone just gave him a noogie every time he's...
Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, this is from Tom. Jeff, thanks for showering. Christy got a bat house for her birthday from somebody, and she's still, how long ago? This is so excited.
I just got it on Monday.
So all week you've been excited about it. Yes. Pat Godwin worked hard today. Five songs.
I had a 3-second song at the end there.
Wow.
3-second song he's counting.
It was hot. My feet are burning.
Somewhere in Time is my favorite movie. That's right. James Harden, a telescope looks back at the Earth and looking for the James Harden telescope.
See, that's because the other telescope is up there right now.
But the James Harden
Webb.
looks back at and he's looking for that sweet pudding.
Yes. Now the Jack Webb, the James Webb telescope is about to reveal unbelievable secrets of the universe. The Jack Webb telescope once again looks back on Earth for dirty hippies.
Say goodnight.
Say goodnight.
Remember the fabulous TV show Dragnet. You're welcome. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.